All right. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to GDQ HotFix and to AIMBOT, the show all about FPSs, third-person shooters, and everything in between. Before we get started tonight, got a couple of quick announcements. AGDQ 2023 online will be January 8th through the 15th. Go to gamesdonequick.com for more info. Game submissions are closed. I'm actually on the games committee, so we're reviewing all of them right now. We got quite a few this time around, which I'm really stoked for. There's like almost, I think Maddie tweeted out that there were like over 2,000 submissions, which is wild. It's awesome to see. But tweet at Games Done Quick and let us know what you're hoping to see on the schedule. And Fright Fatales is a one-day event on October 23rd to celebrate spooky season with dark, scary, or horror-themed speedruns from the Frame Fatales community. ! Fright in Twitch chat to learn more about this one-off event and get to see everything else associated with Frame Fatales. Really cool women and non-binary community. So tonight, these are two games that I played a ton of on the original Xbox or Xbox 360. And when, I knew Maxi Lobes was running Army of Two, he approached me about this, and I was like, all right, what would go really well with this? Gears of War. So with that said, first up, we've got Flurby running Gears of War Ultimate Edition. Go ahead and take it away.
Thank you. What's up, everyone? I am Flurby. I'm going to be running Gears of War Ultimate Edition. It's the remaster of the original Gears of War for Xbox 360. Just going through fun gallery art. Not a whole bunch to say about the game other than when we get into it. So let me just go in here. Basically, it's going to be a new campaign. There'll be a brief load, brief cutscene, and then as soon as I skip, it would be when we start. And all of the speedruns for pretty much all Gears games are essentially on the first difficulty, casual, and I'll talk about why that is. 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go.
So right off the bat here is the easiest decision you'll ever make in a speedrun. Do you want to play through the lengthy tutorial section, or do you want to just skip right into the action? Imagine which one we're taking. Yeah, we're just gonna go battle.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
So yeah, this is a third-person shooter featuring Marcus Phoenix and the crew of Delta Squad. Right now, this guy Dom is breaking Marcus out of prison for some past transgressions because there's some kind of trouble brewing. We already have our first speed tech right in the game, other than choosing the tutorial. There was a plane or helicopter, something like that flies overhead. If you're standing out here in the glass area, it actually causes you to flinch and pseudo pauses your game. You have to input a button to say oh, what was that? Point of interest.
I just so nice that they let you skip the tutorial, though.
Oh yeah, it really is. If I had to play through it, I don't know, it'd be rough. It'd be like playing the run for Gears 3. This is a weird configuration. Okay. So this is a cover-based shooter. As you can see, all the enemies are getting into cover, peeking out around it. There's a bunch of movement that I can do as well, sliding into cover, maneuvering back and forth on stuff, and even switching between them back and forth like that, or doing quick turns. Some of the differences in this game to the original, this is Ultimate Edition, they cleaned up some of the movement collisions. This used to be very blocky right here. But then also, it's just a lot more fluid. There are certain cancels you can do out of the cover animations. Just a really, really nice experience compared to the original. Right there, we input a roll just as a prompt comes up. And so it kind of cancels out of the prompt, and we keep doing our roll animation, keeping us going forward. However, in this whole section, they're all dead. In this whole section, it doesn't really matter how quickly you kill all of these enemies. They're just the 4 out in the courtyard that matter, and then those dudes, we left them behind inside. They're doing their own thing, but we're waiting for this aerial cutscene where you got some helicopters going around doing their own thing. This guy's just gonna blow up for no reason. No one even shoots him. See ya, Chaozu. And since we got some frags, see if I can hit this.
6-1 is down, I repeat, 6-1 is down.
That looked into me.
Yeah. Easy.
We made it. Wow. No worries, no worries. Okay, so around this time, this last guy, yep, he's coming in right now. And then we get into the real meat of the run. As soon as we skip through some of the cutscenes right there, I'm inputting... Oh no, I messed it up. Inputting certain actions right there. There's a little bit of black screen movement that you can do. Before the game has actually faded all the way in, you can control your character in the background and try to get a little bit ahead. I kind of messed it up right there.
Get up those stairs.
But we're gonna come up through here. And so right now we're fighting just the basic enemies. These are drones. As we go through the game, they're gonna introduce certain other types, grenadiers, snipers, etc., etc. Right there, we do a quick little skip. We kill the 3 enemies in that previous section and run up the stairs before there's another drone that comes downstairs. And about the time he gets like halfway down, if you go up the stairs after that point, you actually get like a really long unskippable cutscene. And so that saves like maybe 30-40 seconds. It's hiding in cover. The main weapon that I've been using so far is the Lancer Assault Rifle, but now off of these enemies I'm going to grab the Hammer Burst. This is pretty much the Locust. The Locust are the antagonists, by the way. The Locust variant of their regular assault rifle. You shoot in a little burst fashion. It's good for some things, but then the Lancer, it's auto fire and has a little chainsaw bayonet. But we don't really use that in the run. It's slow and you can get flinched out of it. It's usually a bad deal when you try to pull it up in the game.
Let's do this. I'll open the door. I've got the code.
I honestly would have figured you'd use it way more because from what I remember, it's like a one-shot, right?
Yeah, it does one-shot pretty much any sort of like small humanoid enemies, but like, you know, having to rev it up and get up to the enemies in the first place can be a little bit of a risk. Oh no, I missed that. Interesting. And I missed that one too. Sick. Please hold. There we go. Alright, so now that we sealed those E-holes, killed the enemies, this gate opens up. We can continue on down. You're going to see me dodge rolling a little bit every now and then, and people that know Gears 1 and Gears Ultimate Edition, they're going to be really confused why I'm rolling so much in a speedrun, because it's actually slower than running by itself. But the thing that they probably might not know is that in campaign, there is this kind of invisible stamina meter. And so I'm spacing out when I'm rolling to kind of refill that stamina so I can continue running. Otherwise, I would completely, you know, Marcus would get completely worn out and we'd be stuck walking for like 2 or 3 seconds, which is much slower.
Sweet.
Right here, we're going to have a whole bunch of emergence holes. Did they throw one for me? What? If you can't tell by my reaction, that's extremely rare. The order of these E-holes is randomized, and thankfully I got like a pattern that was kind of alright. The very far E-hole that I threw at first is the riskiest one out of all of them. The rest of them are just like lobbing it at point blank range.
I think we're good. Let's grab some ammo.
Oh, the perfect reload. That's a great question. So in this game, there is a mechanic when you reload your gun called active reloading. When you time the reload, there's a little bar that shows up in the top right, and you can time your reload to hit a certain area. And if you just get a regular active reload, it's going to be a little bit faster. If you get a perfect active reload, a lot of the guns, it might reduce the recoil on them or increase their fire rate, and pretty much across the board, it's going to increase their damage in some kind of way. We are totally fine here. I got the checkpoint.
There's another nest around the corner. With a spotter on the right.
I'm genuinely surprised because you know, this game got a reputation as like the OG, you know, cover shooter. I'm genuinely surprised that like all of the checkpoints don't require you to kill all the enemies, you know, that you can just like run past some of them.
Yeah, and that's actually something that, like, as they continue developing these games, there's less and less that you can run past. But in the first game and then in the remaster, they stayed very faithful to that original bit where like, yeah, there's certain things you can just run by.
Good job, man. Now let's go find that resonator.
So right there, this enemy, I didn't need to kill him. I needed to kill the other 2 or 3 in the room to get that E-hole to spawn in the back. And now after the E-hole seals, this guy comes in as the reinforcements, but there's another one. You just run past him, go to the door.
That was easy.
See you later.
Delta squad. Any word from Alpha?
Negative, Delta.
There are a few sections in the game like this where they force you to do like walk and talk. You saw Lieutenant Kim, he had his fingers in his ear. Apparently we have communicators in our ears, but like you can't really see it.
We'll save him if we can.
And we go out here and kick.
Let's go.
Gonna stock up on grenades. So up here is one of the more difficult sections in Act 1. The whole game is divided into 5 different acts. But this is House of Sovereigns, huge little government area that the Locusts have taken over. We're gonna come up here and hopefully he throws, yep, the Nasher shotgun at me now. And every Gears veteran loves this weapon. Gonna come in here and try to hit a little bit of a lineup on an E-hole. Try to not get punched, thank you very much. And so this is the alternative to using the chainsaw. So why would I chainsaw when there's a rev up time
All clear.
and the potential that you get stunned out of it versus going in with the shotgun and hitting him with the 1. Get a move on, soldier. I'm already there. Alright, so we're gonna go up and those frags are imprecise. I just kind of throw them out for good luck. They're easier in Gears 1, surprisingly, the original game. And I haven't quite fixed my lineups for this game. The physics for frags are different in like every single Gears game, and me being someone that switches back and forth between like Gears 1, Gears 4, Gears 5, you know, doing all sorts of the different games, it really messes me up. Oh no. We're fine.
The corner slide into peak is so fluid.
Oh yeah, I
just impressed
absolutely love
every
that.
Come in. Nice.
So in Act 1, Kim has the codes to open some doors, and so we can, in a few different places, try to push him around, get him a little bit closer to the buttons. Didn't get him like all the way there,
I've got the code.
but it does save time.
I think we just found Alpha.
Move.
Oh yeah, in case anyone was wondering, there's a rookie recruit, Anthony Carmine. We lost him 1 or 2 cutscenes ago. He's not extremely plot relevant. But here we've got another really good example. Ooh, Dom's gonna help me out, maybe?
Get down those stairs.
Where we push Kim all the way over to the button. He likes to hang out by the windows over there, but we can get him right there where he just does a quick 180, hit the button.
Nice.
You're gonna jump, I'm gonna punch.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I'm back in the game.
Yeah, rip Carmine. Right here, we try to block Kim so that he doesn't block Coltrane, the new addition to the squad.
One and only, baby.
Ex-thrashball player, some sport similar to American football in this world.
We saw you play.
That's right.
Everybody wants to see the train. Everyone loves them.
I remember you owe me $20.
So right out here, we saw something crawling up the wall there. They're going to introduce a new enemy type. These are the Wretches. They're small little, as called in Gears 2, like little monkey dog things. All right, Dom, that's really interesting.
Hold here. Jack, rip this door.
Hula hoop in a painting, I guess. I was going to do that later, but he's still my thunder. But yeah, these Wretches, they like to jump on walls. They hop up and down. They go crazy. They scream like this guy's going to. Thankfully, they are pretty weak, and if you hit a good burst on them, they go down. So we just got a whole bunch of them in this hallway.
Keep those things away from Jack. There's too many.
Okay, Dom trying to get in the way. No thanks. And after a
The
few
ragdoll
shots...
off the ceiling.
Oh, the ragdoll is great.
Yeah.
The ragdolling in Gears, just like across the board, is one of my favorite things. Or when you body someone, you jib them, they explode into a million different little pieces. Here's a good example of my team not doing anything. Typical for any kind of shooter game, probably, where you have to rely on your AI to do a job. They don't do it.
Yeah, at least in other team-based, you know, I guess quote-unquote team-based stuff, you can control your team, or at least give them vague instructions.
Yeah, and so that's something you can do in this game after the first act.
Yeah.
So there are certain circumstances where Kim is no longer with us, Marcus gets promoted, and you can give squad orders out, and I'll talk about the use of that kind of when we get there. In the other Gears games, though, they don't have those commands for some reason. I thought it was pretty cool, but like I guess it was only slightly effective, and they took it out. Right here, I'm using a weapon called the Hammer of Dawn. It is a tracking beacon for this like orbital satellite that the Coalition of Ordered Governments, that's basically the human forces right now, they've deployed all these satellite laser beams into space, and so you use the little tracking beacon to paint the target. After a few seconds, boosh, comes down. Come on, Kim. Sometimes if you're a little bit too fast through the door there, this next E-hole and then Kim turning the wheel to get across the bridge, they kind of forget to happen. Right here, you could throw a frag across, you could pistol shot, you could do whatever. Doesn't really matter, you have so much time while this bridge lowers.
Let's do this.
You play little beats with your pistol. I'm going for a little skip here. It's pretty much Kim warp. All the way up at the front, we're going to these set of doors where, again, Kim is going to have to input his code so that we can progress, open up the doors. But if hopefully they cooperate.
You lucked out.
Come on, game. They don't want to cooperate. Well, the dialogue gets interrupted, and then when his dialogue gets interrupted, he warps forward and opens up the door. Oh, you're a little bit late with that, Coltrane. I'm just going to be real. I guess I should mention the Hammer of Dawn. The thing I was shooting at, so these are enemies called Cedars. We're going to have a much better look at one right in here. So the reason these Cedars are an issue is that they shoot these like little nemesis things into the sky, those things. And they also have some sort of radio jamming effect. It's not explained extremely well, but it is a little bit of a concern. Oh, hi, Wretch. That's that. We're gonna come up here and shoot the little dresser or whatever that thing is, little furniture.
Let's do this.
Sometimes the AI teammates, they get stuck on that, or they do fancy maneuvers. We don't need any of that.
Come on, guys, we got to get Alpha.
Form up.
I saw something.
Oh,
Scratch one.
you can actually hit a little double shot on those two wretches there. Didn't get it this time.
Control, Delta. Come in, Control.
In the original Gears 1, by the way, I would not have had to have killed this Cedar. I could actually drop down from the ledge up there. They just like missed a little bit of a corner on a collision. You can just roll off the top there and come straight down here. And what that enables, obviously you can like come through here a little bit faster, but then also because you're like kind of running ahead to a different checkpoint, there is the opportunity for a different warp that we can't do in this game.
Scratch one, bro. Sweet.
Yeah, so actually, when I approached you about the show, I suggested Gears of War, but you suggested Ultimate instead. So what are the major reasons between the two, and why you preferred to showcase this one?
Yeah, so for me, a lot of it is that like Gears 1, the original thing, is very clunky. Like I was saying before, like some of the collisions are not intuitive. To say the least. The shotgun I complain about all the time. It is a random spread in this game, in the campaign as well. But like for some reason it just works better in this game. The aiming itself is very, very strange in Gears 1. Although if you have a Series X, the FPS boost seems to help with that a little bit. The issue with the frame boost is that there's a really big skip in Act 3 that I seem to not be able to do anymore. And so that's a little bit of an issue for me running that game. And then there's some other differences where at the end of Ultimate Edition in Act 5, there are some chapters that they were only released on the 2007 PC version of Gears. So like a lot of Xbox people, they might not have played it before. It's kind of the full story of what's going on. There's a little bit of missing story information there when you're playing the original game, where it's like you're just fighting a bunch of enemies, like, whoa, now we're hijacking a train. They explain why you're on that train. But yeah, there's stuff like that, minor strat differences here and there. It's overall just like, it feels way better to play.
Control, this is Delta. Come in.
Cover slide is so goofy.
Yeah, and so here's a little bit of an example of what you can do with the cover-based system. You can kind of, it's called wall bouncing. Where you're bouncing from wall to wall, or in this case, couch to couch. Or if you miss it, you get a little roll like that. This couch has betrayed me enough. Oh, okay, or not. They put the shield on it.
There we go.
They don't want to do it. Also, they're random. It went through the floor. There are random paintings like this in Ultimate Edition that don't exist in Gears 1. I don't know, just random things you notice once you start playing these games like over and over and over.
Get ready. Here they come.
Okay, we're fine. That hallway is actually a little bit risky. I guess another difference between Gears 1 and like original and Ultimate Edition is Gears 1, like out of all the Gears games, is brutal in how much damage it takes to kill you. Like, you will die very quickly. In Ultimate Edition, it at least makes a little bit of sense. In Gears 1, it feels like once you start running the game a bunch, it feels like the game wants to round up the damage to kill you sometimes. It's like, yeah, like 80%, sure, you're dead. So right here, there is a Troika turret. It's just like a mounted turret. There's a dude on it. We can run all the way down this. This is another strat difference in Gears 1 versus Ultimate Edition. If you try that in Gears 1, the Troika is way more accurate and you will get fried. But we can just run straight on through, not have to worry about going through the side passageway. There's like a whole bunch of wretches and like a chainsaw dude over there that has caused me some strife in past years. And then another room full of dudes that we can just bypass, not even going to look at them other than this one guy who might follow us up, and roll into an area where we have to walk and talk a little bit. There's a little bit of lore about Marcus's past transgressions as trials and stuff. Yeah.
This trial was a
Now, this is all still in the prison, I guess, right?
So we're out of the prison. We're just like running through all the different government facilities.
Yeah, all the buildings nearby.
Yep. Right here, we're going to use the Hammer of Dawn. It has a really big splashdown radius, so we can try to get multiple kills on some of these drones down here. And then we're going to clean up a little bit with the Troika, hopefully. Oh, nice. The Troika itself has a little bit of RNG. The spread pattern is kind of whack compared to the original, but worked out. Hit some dudes behind there, and then, of course, our teammates not cleaning up the Nemesis in the sky. Not a big deal. Just a few of them. Yeah, that couch was made out of like adamantium or something. It was just not dying. All right, a little bit of a long load right there, but that's where Lieutenant Kim gets impaled by the main Locust, like big bad General Rom. He just walks up the street, stabs him with the sword. That's a camera angle. Thanks, game. So we have this berserker now, and yeah, she runs forward and tries to slam people. The game says that they're blind and they operate on smell and this and that. The way the game mechanics play out is slightly nuanced compared to that. But we're just going to lure her forward. Usually you try to get her to slam into the doors and open them up like that, but apparently the berserker's damage is like explosive damage or something like that, or maybe the frags just do enough damage that you don't need her to slam into them, but we can just run through opening all the doors along the way. Speeds it up a little bit. Sounds like she got caught on something random. Oh, the double run. Okay, I'll take that. Psst, 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 psst. Okay, almost outside, and so we have to lure her all the way outside because berserkers are very heavily armored compared to other enemies. I'm not going to do that strap. And you have to make them vulnerable with the Hammer of Dawn. So yet another use for this war-ending satellite weapon. And as mighty as she is, it just takes a single frag plant, and she's gone.
It's all clear. Plan? What plan?
So right here, I'm trying to do a little bit of, I mentioned like the black screen movement before. Ooh, I'm stuck on something. Did I get there? Hey, I got there.
We're outside too.
So there is a little bit of a long run from where that cutscene is. All the way down, you jump over some stuff, you go around a corner, there's some obstacles, there's like a telephone pole in the way.
Great.
But you can overlap that dialogue that we just had right here and the cutscene, so probably saved like at least like 15-20 seconds of just doing that. Really sick.
And I'm gonna ruin their day. Know what I mean? I bring the pain.
Yeah, I do have a Series X. I actually just got it like sort of recently this year. It's way faster on loads, so that is a blessing, and then also it's a little bit more stable FPS wise. It wasn't really an issue that much for Ultimate Edition though, the FPS bit. However, the fast loads, I'm going to talk about that in Act 5. There are certain skips that having very fast loads is kind of a detriment. Sometimes you want things to stay deloaded.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, do things stay, are like cutscene triggers and stuff deloaded when you're moving in the, like at the beginning of this act?
I think you're bad shit crazy.
What do you mean?
Like if you had been able to, I don't know, is there any time when moving in, you know, a black screen, quote unquote, or like a pre-mission screen?
Oh yeah, any of those
like deloads a trigger?
Yeah, there is a skip like that coming up. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with these guys. There we go. Again, teammates, you want them to run up and they're just not doing it. But yeah, there are certain places where, like, while the cutscene is loading or while the map is loading, you might be able to move a little bit, get a little bit of an advantage, or like skip some enemy spawns, definitely. So up top was our first sniper. He tries to, well, snipe. Some of the funny bits about Gears and Gears speedrunning, it's like, why are all the speedruns on casual? It's like, you do not want to play, you don't want to speedrun these games on insane. I am telling you, it is a mistake. It is not fun. It is very slow, and it's a cover simulator where you kind of sit behind a block. Oh, you got shot one time. Time to go back down. I'm too red to peek. And snipers are some of the only enemies that, like, they can actually, at least in this game, in Gears 1, they can just headshot you and you're gone. It doesn't matter if you're playing casual or not. Like, they will destroy your life if they really want to.
Shut up, man.
Yeah, I think I vaguely remember trying it on Insane, and yeah, it was just, you peek up once, you're red, okay, go back down and wait. So
I actually made a video like some time ago about like, oh guys, casual is so easy, and then it's just like a compilation of me getting blasted over and over.
are there Are there categories for insane, or is it just one of those? It's like
It's just like one of those things. Like if you want, like go ahead, but no one's really keeping track that hard. The only exception is, I would say, in Gears 4. There's actually that's when they introduced inconceivable difficulty. Hello, sniper. There you go. I want to shoot the top guy first, but he's just not peeking. Inconceivable difficulty, which is supposed to be like harder, quote unquote, than insane. So like the difference is obviously is like the enemies, they deal more damage, and they themselves take more damage to kill. But inconceivable, they add like, so you take more damage, but you're already kind of one shot. So being more one shot doesn't matter much. The enemies, they actually lose some health in inconceivable. And then the other thing is like they reduce your ammo supplies. So like when you pick up, you might get like, instead of a full magazine, you might get like a quarter of a mag, stuff like that. But because it makes the enemies weaker, they don't like bullet sponge for, 6 hours each. You can actually play that one. But so Gears 4, the inconceivable speedrun is like 4 hours, 30 minutes ish, compared to under 3 hours. So it's like, how fast can you really go on these modes? And that's kind of the primary reason why everything's on casual. Speedruns on Halo are a whole different story. You get shields, you recover, you don't actually just get eviscerated immediately, like asterisk maybe Halo 2, but like you survive a lot more. I promise you don't want to speedrun these Gears on Insane. I kind of glazed over a bunch of things that just happened, so we ran past a Troika, closed an E-hole with this new boom shot weapon rocket launcher. There was a whole courtyard where some things were going down.
Yeah, I was gonna ask just to remind myself, because again, it's been literal like 10 years or so since I've played this game.
Yeah, well, one sec, get this girl off my street. All right, it's safe. Now keep going.
Okay. Whew. You have to close the E-holes with an explosion, right?
Right, yeah. So the E-holes, the Locusts are like these subterranean humanoid dudes. And so they emerge from E-holes, emergence holes. And yeah, you want to seal them up with explosives. Otherwise, like most of them, they'll spawn, anywhere from like 3 to 8 different enemies. And obviously when you're trying to go fast, you want less things to spawn.
There's gonna be a lot of locusts between here and there.
Shit, you got that right. You need to hit our checkpoints for some.
So I mean, this game is also really famous for like couch co-op. Like, what does that change for a speedrun? Is there, can like one person? Is it just like people do more damage, or are there like trigger skips that you can do with 2 people versus 1?
Yeah, there are a few things you can do. It hasn't been heavily explored or routed, just because the community is a little bit smaller, right? But there are definitely places I know of in this game or in the original Gears 1 that if you're doing co-op, you can actually go out of bounds a lot. There aren't too many like out of bounds skips or anything like that when you're playing single player. But when you're playing co-op, there are weird little things that you can do with collisions, like nudging each other out of the map and get past the little corners and stuff like that. That I think would be really cool to see. And beyond that, if you're not doing like local co-op, if you're doing online co-op, some of these Gears games, like Gears 2 especially, are very broken. When you're playing online, there are like basically barrier breaker glitches that you can do on any map, like anywhere. And so it's just a matter of like, who wants to do enough co-op runs to route it out. I think Gears 2 has potential to be like the sickest co-op run I've ever seen.
Nice. I mean, I'm definitely interested in that, if that happens. So
yeah. If people are wondering why there's a Gears 1 Insane run on YouTube, that's a segmented run, guys. Segmented is its whole own little challenge. You don't want to do it for RTA. Each of those segments, I read and like listened to the thing. That was like Brassmaster and Yokai. They had like hundreds of attempts per little checkpoint. It's, yeah.
That's rough.
And so like imagine trying to get that lucky in an RTA run. Like it's probably just not gonna happen.
the lights.
Yeah, I was just curious because there's, you know, for like Bioshock, there's 1989 difficulty for Infinite, and then obviously Halo Legendary and stuff like that. So.
Oh, I didn't get the dodge roll. I've disappointed everyone who watches me.
It's dark now.
You can get on top of this piano. This is just a fraudulent run now.
Yeah. They are.
Gotta reset. Dang.
They just killed
Gotta
me.
reset. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching GDQ.
We're done.
Johnson, check the lights. Yo, man, you better keep moving. Checkpoint 2 is
I love how they're almost a parody of just like machismo in this whole game. The writing in this game is great.
Yeah, Gears, they do this thing where they like toe a line between being like extremely like tense and epic and stuff and dramatic to being just over the top goofy with some sequences.
Yeah, the Coltrane just screaming constantly.
Okay, that guy does not want to die. Very good game, very good.
Cover is blocking him.
That's some of the
okay.
business with the shotgun being a random spread. You never know what you're gonna get. Right there, just a quick reload on the checkpoint. That's something I can't do on, I couldn't do previously. Now that I have a Series X, it's faster to reload the check than sit there and listen. But I launch a boom shot all the way across. There's an E-hole opening over here. And we don't have to deal with a whole bunch of enemies. The whole big gimmick in this Act 2, by the way, is there are these propane tanks that I've been shooting to produce a little bit of light in the area. And since it's nighttime right now, we need the light to be protected from these krill. They're like these little bat swarm things that will eat you up if you're in the dark for too long. And right here, this is one of the things the devs probably thought they fixed. In the original Gears one, you can just run straight down to this door and not have to worry about anything. Now you have to shoot that propane tank for the door to open, but you also just have enough time to do that. They expect you to go up in the building and like all the way around and flank the propane tank, but like kill all the other enemies up there too. Don't have to do that. And there's Dom teleporting. So a little bit more just bypassing certain enemies. You can dodge roll cancel through some of the krill. If it's at the very end of it, you can't do it indefinitely. Like you can pretty much only get one roll in before they really mess you up. So you want to make sure you're getting into that safe zone in the light by the end of the roll. And speaking of light, so right here we have this big spotlight that the game wants you to escort Dom all the way across down the street. He's going to hit a light switch that's going to illuminate the whole area. But we can actually run into the building early, going through the second door. That's a little bit of a risky bit. Dom might die doing Dom things. But you can aim that spotlight down the street, and when you reload the checkpoint, it counts like the light is still pointing over there for some reason. And so when we go out here, even though it looks dark, you can hear the krill like evaporating to the light once you come through.
Nice.
So you come through, just another quick load checkpoint. That's not for me in particular, it's more for Dom, because as he tries to run to catch up, he doesn't know how to dodge roll cancel the krill. And so we just catch him up a little bit. You can go through that wall, no big deal.
It's Marcus. Come in. Over.
There's some bad shit in there, so you better watch out, huh?
And please don't troll me. Oh yeah, I would have died. This section, whoever's controlling the lights here, the stranded, it's like the third party guys who aren't in the cog. They're obviously not Locust. But we're taking a little trip down here to get a little junker car. That guy, he trolls the lights, and he's like, oh, I'm just messing with the lights, haha. But then some of those ahas get you killed, so you have to really be careful when you enter that room. This little car is running down, and it's like, oh no, we're gonna hit the block. And just pops us on top.
So friendly.
Yeah, very polite, Stranded. Thank you, thank you.
Look at this place.
burned half the neighborhood down.
So we've arrived at where the this junker car is, but it doesn't have fuel yet, so we've got to pump it in. We're gonna start the pumping. We can jump into here a little bit early, right when the dialogue hits. The light doesn't turn on until Marcus says where's the junker. In the original Gears 1, it's like, that's another, there are minor differences like that, where it's like, you know, the timing might be a little bit different. You might have to wait for a little bit more dialogue. Alright, Dom, we get it. You like tick dancing. Sick. Right there, I'm using the squad commands to get Dom to come to the door of that gas station. You do need him for this next section, for all the enemies to spawn. Here we're gonna get a few different waves of enemies that are going pretty well so far. Yeah, I use that chainsaw. Good job. Oh, you're back there. There we go. Not too bad. That section can go really, really quickly. So, like, in those 3 different enemy spawns, you saw us throwing frags or, like, using explosives in general, using the boom shot a little bit in there. Just by the nature of you using explosives, if the enemies decide to cluster up, you can go really fast there. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, it also seems like the explosion radius is, like, gigantic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again, more differences from the original game. The frags in Ultimate Edition, they're a little bit more potent. They're a little bit lofty when you throw them, but they do explode very nicely. And it's just different every single Gears game, so it's something you have to kind of keep in mind. The first grenade I threw over there in that gas station clear, in Gears 1, I try to skip it along the ground. For some reason, in Gears 1, when you throw them, the frags are really, really heavy, but they bounce a lot. In Ultimate Edition, they hardly bounce at all, and so you have to, like, readjust your angle where you're throwing it. So obviously, a little bit of a driving section here. The gimmick here is this junker car. It's only good enough to drive straight forward, or you can power this UV turret that you can use to, like, shoot off the krill. For the most part, we don't have to stop and do that, though. We outpace them in most of this area. There's just going to be a few places where I might need to stop and shoot for safety. And again, that's where, like, me having a Series X kind of makes things difficult sometimes. The frame rate boost can get you killed up here. And it's like, I'm already not great at driving this. Alright, so please no kill. I'm barely alive. Alright. Love that. This could be a problem.
I believe. You got this.
I'm essentially, even though I've got, like, this little sliver left, I'm essentially one shot. Like, that little last bit of health goes real quickly.
Look out!
There's just one jump coming up where I might have to get creative. I'm not really sure how this is gonna go.
Dude, I'm tense. You got this.
Yeah, we'll see. There's so many. The one's gonna kill me. Oh my god. The one's gonna kill me. Get him off. We're fine.
See? I told you. You gotta believe.
Oh my god. Please no. Alright, I'm, like, not even gonna try to hit these extra debris cars. They can blow up and damage you too, like, barely. Ooh. Yeah, this section on Insane is rough. It pretty much comes down to, like, memorizing the spawns, and sometimes even, like, that's not enough because they come at you from so many different angles. So here we've got a little bit of a holdout fight. Alright, that guy's just gonna retreat. Cool.
Scratch one.
Where you going, homie? There are going to be a bunch of different E-holes and just different objectives. There are going to be enemies up in the sides, shooting down at us. In the order of these 4 objectives is randomized, and you just kind of have to react to each one. This is another difference, that in the original Gears one, there's a whole building like right over here that is filled with enemies that you can't kill, but they can kill you. Like, they will absolutely destroy you while you're sitting on this Troika turret. It's just awful. Thankfully, they removed it for Ultimate, and it's not so big of a deal. Optimal use of health resource on that last part for the driving. Definitely, it's all planned. So now that those 4 little like mini objectives are done, there's just going to be a whole bunch of dudes in this house. And it's kind of difficult to see, just from the camera shake. The FPS definitely messes with it. And even normally it's kind of hard to see what's going on. It's very dark in there. Oh, there's another one. But just do your best and clean them up. And this guy, oh no. Didn't get him before he crossed. Unfortunate.
Got one.
And you're using the pistol just because your other 2 weapons are really bad for range.
Yeah,
Well, I guess
so
not now,
I
you
have
have the sniper, but
yeah, now I have a sniper, but it's like, you know, right before I have an empty boom shot and a shotgun, right? So
yeah.
right here, you can throw down a whole bunch of frags. They want you to kill the boomers before the end of the section. And it looks like some of the explosions did not do their job. You can actually do a quick kill. There's like a little propane tank that you can shoot behind them, and it'll drop down a larger propane tank to kill them all, but you can kill them before that thing even is available. Storm's coming in.
Control, this is Delta Squad. Our vehicle is DOA and we're now on foot. Please advise.
Not too bad. So right here, a little bit of a chill section. Just going to be a lot of movement. So like I was saying before, you know, there's this invisible stamina meter in Gears 1 and Gears Ultimate campaign that you have to kind of pay attention to. You can't just straight roadie run it down. Throwing in the dodge rolls there to recover. And right there, I probably messed it up. Yep.
Control, we got what looks like glowing wretches out here.
Copy that. We've had reports of lambent wretches before.
A little bit of a spooky ambient section.
Be advised, they are
Wretches going all over the place, and these ones are lambent now. They're glowing, and when you kill them, they go boom. So gotta watch out. Not so big of a deal for the speed run, but they can get in the way sometimes. Definitely on Insane. I'm sure there's sections in here that people remember too.
Kinda wish I hadn't.
Yeah, I remember this distinctly, like, turning horror as the game went on. At first it was just, you know, cover shooter with a bunch of gibs.
Yeah. Blow. Yep. And that's what happens when you mess up your reload.
Their explosion radius doesn't seem as big as
No, it's
I
really
would
not
expect
bad.
it to be.
Yeah. It's more flashy than anything.
Yeah.
So one thing people may not have realized up until this point, just a quick mechanic about the game. So Gears 1 and Gears Ultimate Edition, you actually shoot from the center of your screen, like not your gun, except for very specific circumstances, like if the barrel of your gun is sticking into the wall or something like that. All of the other Gears games, you actually shoot from the barrel of your gun, so aiming has its own little tricks to it. You have to angle out, like if you're trying to shoot straight forward and stuff like that. But it has certain little implications. When you're doing the cover-to-cover shooting, you can like pop off the cover, and since you're shooting from a camera, you angle your camera over the cover and like kind of shoot down to the other side. It's just cool little stuff like that that makes this game so fun.
Control, this is Delta. We're
In this section,
mystery till you find
You
the
have to go
card
press
control
2
room.
buttons to enter.
I'll use the cards
Whichever
to get
side
into
you
the mine.
choose, left or right, it's going to be wrong, and you have to go to around the other
Let's not
side.
waste any time
A little
beating
bit
up.
annoying.
Let's just find that control room.
Watch out for the boogeyman.
Just see if you can get the lights back
And
on.
I guess also a good opportunity to explain like just what even is going on. I've mentioned like there's these locusts and we ate them and or the cog. So the locust, right? These subterranean dudes that are trying to kill us. There's more stuff going on that we discover in Gears 2 and 3, but basically in this whole game, it's the cog trying to figure out what's going on and take this device called the Resonator to map out the underground tunnel network and just figure out where these locusts live. And at the very end of the game, there's this, like, essentially a nuke, but, you know, it's called the Light Mass Bomb. The plan is to deploy that into the tunnel network and take out the locust. And so right now we're going to a place where, like, underground that we can deploy that Resonator that we have.
As planned, but we have a stranded with us.
No shit.
So now we have a little friend, a little stranded dude. He has to push a button just like Kim, so we're gonna push him, push his buttons all the way up. Make him walk halfway across the room.
Such a friendly guy, just walking straight into him.
Yeah. And it's kind of a sad story for this little stranded guy. He's sitting there, holed up, waiting to be rescued by like anyone. And he kind of sticks around with us. He has no real choice.
Shit everywhere.
When we go up the corner over here, there's going to be a little bit of dialogue like, can't we just go home? And just acting like a lost little puppy, like, please, like, I just want to play, I want to go home, I want to blah, blah, blah. Marcus is just going to tell him, like, no, we have work to do. And he follows us a little bit more, and then he's not going to last long.
Screw
Unfortunate.
You, man. Get down here and see how much you like it.
Yeah, it seems like
It's a fucking party down here.
NPCs in this game don't,
We'll see at the
besides
cars.
your squad, really don't have a long lifespan set up for them.
No, they're more just like little decorations. You know, you put them up when the season's right, and you take them back down later.
We've got work to do.
Yeah, see, here's the dialogue, just like, like, I hate you, Cog. I just want to go home. I want to be safe. Right here is a little section where we have to walk slowly on some very fragile floorboards, and there are a few different RNG pathways that let you get across. Or really, there's just the one path, and it's RNG which one you get. And one of them is like 30 seconds faster than the others, so hopefully we get that. Also, around this time, that little stranded dude that we just met, he's gonna fall down in there somewhere if he hasn't already. Oh no. Bad path it is.
Dang. I was gonna say how you knowing, but I guess it's just from the boards.
You know. Yeah. The end of it is, right, like just getting across to, I'm just gonna check that even though I doubt it, yeah. The last 3 boards around the final destination there is what dictates the whole thing. So the good path, straight line forward, just about. Bad path, you have to kind of snake around.
Eyes on target.
Engaging. Actually, I didn't even hear the stranded scream. Like, they actually just killed him off screen. Like, usually he screams and falls down into that room full of wretches underneath the floorboards. But, like, they didn't even give him the voice line. They didn't do him justice.
I heard a lot of screaming through there, but I wasn't sure what it was.
Yeah. Here we've just got a whole bunch of wretches crawling around. Hopefully Dom helps, or he can just sit and look pretty, I don't know. And after we kill them all, there's a little bit of a delay for this door to open. I'm gonna walk backwards against it, and I'll just know when it's open.
I love the music continuing to play.
The music in this game and like in these games is just so fantastic. Like, I casually listen to the Gears soundtrack sometimes. Like, it's just so good.
Yeah, who did make the music for this? Because they really went off with this.
I do not know. I feel like I should know, but I don't. Is Dom coming? Is he doing this thing again? Oh, I caught it early. Come here. No. You need Dom to round the corner for you to get this next checkpoint and continue the game. Sometimes you get stuck somewhere in that hallway. But we reload a checkpoint right there. There's a really long dialogue sequence where we get reunited with Cole and Baird, who were taking a different path into the building, going underground through the sewers and stuff. Okay. You really just get down, Mr. Presidented.
Are you ever able to play that sewer path if you play co-op, or is that just
no?
available?
It's not available to the players. When you're doing co-op, player 1 is Marcus, player 2 is Dom, and so Dom just sticks with you the whole time. It's one of those things where it's like it's more for the over-the-top humor of like when you find them and you see them underground below the grating. Baird's complaining about like how bad it smells. Like, oh my god, this is gonna kill me, and Cole's just being Cole. They're really trying to get down Mr. President over here. So only certain enemies in this room are needed to kill, and then you're on timer for Jack to rip this door open. Jack's a little bot, by the way. I don't know if I said that. Trying to see if there's like a wretch on the ceiling or something. There's one over there. Oh, there he goes. Just ping him and he's gone. But yeah, there are wretches jumping all around this room, and you pretty much don't have to kill any of them.
Control, this is Delta. We're at the cart control room.
Copy that, Delta.
Yeah, speaking of music, the Coltrane rap.
Man, you shitheads need to get in your own carts. No way am I standing next to you.
What? Let's just get this over with.
Woo! And this is everyone's favorite part of any speed run. The good old auto scroller.
Perfect.
Oh yeah! Control, we're headed into the furnace.
So we're just cruising through, chilling. Marcus can hit a little bit of footwork right there.
Anywhere now.
I'm just not good at sniping, huh?
Lock and load.
But yeah,
I'm
you could
surprised they
literally
didn't give
just...
you any-
what were you saying?
I was gonna say, I'm surprised they didn't give you energy to speed this up.
Yeah, I wish I could just like hit the nitrous, or like, can I get the Mario Kart like drift back and forth and get the sparks so I can get a little boost, you know? Like, come on.
Get out and run alongside it.
It would actually, like, not even kidding, it would probably be faster if you could just run on the tracks, because every time you hit a turn, it's got this slow little animation around it. Anyway, while Marcus is hitting some footwork, I'm gonna hit him with a little beat if that's okay. And that guy's trying to kill me. All right, we're good.
Dang, man. That was nice.
Thank you. Yeah, I do a lot of that on stream, especially in these like slow parts. It's like you got nothing else to talk about.
Yeah, you mentioned before the run, you're like, I'm gonna beatbox. I was like, okay, I don't know what to expect, but let her rip. That was awesome, dude.
Yeah, I've been beatboxing for like what, like maybe like 4 years or something. Like on and off, taking it seriously, not taking it seriously. I should practice more, but I'm happy with where I'm at.
Yeah.
This stuff. Here's some of that Gears humor. There's a boomer over here on a platform with like no way for that boomer to even get there. Like no bridge, no tunnels, no railway. It's like, why is that even there?
He was bored there. He'll die there.
I copy. You're almost there. The drilling platforms are straight ahead in the core.
But there are parts where, like, with the Gears soundtrack, I'll just like start putting over my own, you know, beat on top of it, remixing it up. Not as useful right now because like the way we have GDQ stuff, there's like a different audio delay, but you know, it's fun. Come through on my stream, guys, if you want to hear that. Maybe we'll throw in a few more sound effects randomly. So we're almost at the place where we can go underground and deploy the resonator. Or I guess we're just almost underground. Deploying the resonator is its whole own little trek again.
Control, this is Delta. We've entered the core room.
Stand by, Delta. I'm raising the platforms for you.
Right here, there are going to be a couple boomers spawning on the platforms below. Get off me. Oh, I think I got my active reload too early. Whatever. Just kind of pre-shoot them a little bit. You're alive from 2 snipes. Woo.
How important is it to hit headshots in this game as opposed to like just being able to hit, you know, body shots or whatever?
It's very important. Hold on, I gotta hit the moonwalk beat. All right. Anyway, the headshot bonus it's actually different for each weapon. I've gone into the numbers of I've gone into the numbers of Gears 1, but it's very, very similar, like in Ultimate Edition and the other games. But yeah, the headshot multipliers are huge. So like as much as possible, you want to hit the headshots. Damn. There's some guns though where it's like it might not necessarily matter though, because like they're just gonna die in one shot anyway. That's like typically the case for like drones or wretches. Like wretches you just want to hit. Like it's hard to hit their head. They're small and fast. Just, you know, take them out. So here we run on through. Back there is actually one of the places where I would have done a big Act 3 skip in the original game. But instead, we have to run down here and play through a little bit more of the level. There's kind of a mini Act 3 skip coming up. Yep. So here we're just going to take out a few wretches to hopefully help with... There's some frame rate issues when we do this skip. We'll see how it turns out. So we kind of nudge off on that little waterfall, find a little angle right about there to walk forward, and then we can jump straight out of the map.
Oh, nice.
And there are enemies. If you watch carefully, there was an enemy. Oh no, don't do it to me. Yeah, the enemies like to teleport down here as well for some reason. Nice. But we skip a whole bunch. There's like a whole section where you split left and right with Dom and you take separate pathways. And it's a very dangerous section. But we can skip a whole bunch right there just by doing that. I'm actually going to play this part very, very safe. This hallway is like one of the scariest things after the skip. It's like a very tough fight after something that, like, if you fail it, you're getting sent back in minutes. We good? Nope. Sick. That was actually really good.
It's him or us. There's no going back.
All the way back in at the beginning of Act 2, there's this big, like, spider-like beast called a corpser that was kind of teased, and Baird is saying like, oh, it's following us, and now here we finally encounter it. And I don't know, people might remember this boss fight, might not, but the boss fight, it's not too hard. Kind of winds up getting ready for an attack. You shoot its soft underbelly, shoot it in the face, repeat 3 times. And even on Insane, like, it's super easy. The one super cool thing that you can do on the original game is actually like crawl inside of its legs while it's backing up. They fixed that in Ultimate Edition. You get crushed, but it's kind of cool just like chilling inside of it, doing weird stuff. The animations get really strange.
Is it just being able to like shoot it faster?
Yeah, so like you don't have to wait for it to like bring its legs up to attack, right? Like you're just already inside of its leg threshold and you just shoot it.
Nice.
So again, more of that metering out the stamina, trying to throw in a roll at the right time so that I can keep roadie running. If I run for too long, I'm going to be forced to walk a little bit or like walk, roll, walk. It's still slower than just being able to run all the way.
Whoa.
Iconic.
Hey, Marcus. How much do you think all that
A little bit of ammo.
I don't think I can count that high.
So coming up here, there's going to be yet another new kind of enemy. It's going to be the Theron guards. And so they are, imagine the drones, but just armored a little bit better. And they've got like this explosive torque bow weapon. It's like a, think of like the explosive like Rocky crossbow or whatever. Was it Rocky? I don't know. Anyway, it's a crossbow or like a little bow gun. Charges up, shoots a little explosive arrow tip, and does a lot of damage.
Oh, shit. Looks like they upgraded. They're called Theron guards. Well, we're not here to sell.
Oh, nice.
So they know something's up.
So there's a really specific clear that you can do in here. That might have been too early on that side. But you can kill a whole bunch of these dudes while they're spawning.
You think? I hadn't noticed.
I threw that like a Gears 1 frag. Again, like the issues of going back and forth between different games, dealing with different frag physics, and hey, it's still going all right though. I would take this clear any day of the week. What's he doing? Where are you going, dude?
Who's next?
The fight's over here.
Nice job. Okay, time to go home. Baird, you set up the
Oh, Rambo? Yeah, you're right, guys.
back online.
It's like I knew it's some kind of short R name.
Rambo, Rocky.
Incoming.
Yeah, I mean, like, same thing,
I was
really.
gonna say same thing, but I'm from Philadelphia, so well, I live in Philly, so I will be
exiled.
yeah.
Here in Act 4, this opening courtyard is actually pretty tough. There are a bunch of enemies like all over the place. If we have an extra frag, it gets used here. But instead, we're just going to go around. Once you kill the sniper on one side, it's going to spawn and some dudes over here. There's going to be another Theron guard somewhere. Oh, where's my guy? There he is. Now we're going to pick up that weapon and get to use it here on the boomers. So boomers, again, the big rocket launcher kind of enemies. One torque bow shot takes them out. Now we're gonna sit. There's some enemies like up here in the windows. They kind of retreat after a while. You can kill them, but it's like hard to get a good enough angle to kill them before they just do their thing anyway. So just hang out. Nice. So in here, I like the movement in this house. It's very specific, trying to get through, and just like in a lot of these areas, very specific movement to make it look fluid and not just like kind of blundering around. All right, here we're gonna put our torque bow on the ground for this Hammer of Dawn, the weapon we used in Act 1. And there's a cedar over here. There are also a couple other enemies that we need to deal with. So like after that first blast, I'm gonna take some time to, while I see them, take out the drones. Here he is behind the bush. And so those are the only other two enemies we have to kill in this section, other than sealing an E-hole that spawns right here where I'm going to hold the Hammer of Dawn. So hopefully that's good enough. Yeah, we got the... Baird, are you okay?
What was that sound you made?
Sit tight, Dom. We're almost
I don't know. Sounds come out of my mouth. I have no idea.
Oh, I thought that was Baird. I didn't think that was you.
Phone is offline.
Incredible.
It might, I'm not even sure what we're talking about at this point. Could have been me, could have been Baird, could have been the game. I have no idea. Way back, there's it's a fun little thing. So like with me making random sounds, beatboxing, just doing stuff. With some of my roommates, we'd be like out and about in the town, and like at nighttime, someone would drop on all fours in the parking lot, like, oh no, he's going primal, he's going into a retch, and we would just start making retch screams like in the middle of the night. And so like I don't want to blast anyone's eardrums out on this stream, but like you can get pretty close to what retches actually do in this game. Right there, again, a whole bunch of enemies that if you know which ones you have to kill, you just kill only those, leave the others, and proceed
Control, this
to the
is
checkpoint.
Delta 1. Delta 2 is caring for wounded and flagging for pickup. Is the conservatory clear?
As far as I can tell, Delta 1.
Then that's our route.
Making our way through the town. Oh man, the sliding and like turning quickly around cover in Ultimate Edition compared to Gears 1, it just feels so good. Like seriously, if you haven't like compared them side by side in a while, it's a whole nother level. The FPS boost on Series X helps a ton on Gears 1, but like if you're comparing like Xbox One, there's just no match. This is way too early. Throw that in the trash.
And I assume the torque bow can close e-holes too, yeah.
It sure can. And that's what I was doing right there. So I've only got one bolt left. I'm going to try to get a double kill here. I think that's right.
Get that door open now.
I'm just so good at the game.
Tell me those cigarettes are ready.
Affirmative.
Well then, okay.
True gamer.
Dom, let's drop
They're
it.
little pop-offs like that when I get like these like kind of hard strats, and I'm just like, yes, let's freaking go.
Situation's foobar here. Hostiles everywhere.
You have to stick the second boomer like on the front of his arm or like on his hand so that it's far enough forward that it actually splashes.
This date just won't end.
Because the torque explosion radius is not actually all that big. So we picked up another Hammer of Dawn. There are no more Cedars right here, but there is going to be another familiar face. Gonna have another Berserker. She's gonna show her face right here, peeking around the corner. Hello. So you can't do anything about it just yet.
Try to get around her quietly.
Kind of bring her all the way over here. And then this is the room where we can start using the hammer. Oh, you're not stunned. That is fascinating. Oh. Chilling.
Never worried, never stressed.
I've never died there, like literally ever. You can't find a clip of it. It's impossible. Run through the fire after. There was the big red wheel was for like the extinguisher system that we just beat by the time we get there. Yeah, so Berserkers, sometimes they don't like to get stunned by the Hammer of Dawn, and they'll, dash forward and kill you. It's just a thing. I'm actually going to try to save this frag. See if we can do anything. There's an E-hole over there on the far left, but I'm pretty sure that one doesn't matter. It's really just the other one over on the right. And we can drag the hammer beam all the way across. It lasts just long enough that we can seal both the E-holes in one hammer. It's pretty sick.
Light is offline.
So here, there's some Therons up top shooting. There's some Nemesis coming down from the skies. This guy is trying to end me. All right, well. Yeah, it's the first one of the run. I'm not even mad. Alright, gun didn't shoot. Love it. Yo, where's your hammer burst? What are they doing? It's like I was concerned about the Nemesis killing me, and then this other guy dropped down and got me. But there are, in each building, a few dudes that drop down. You can kill them early, but it's kind of hard to get into position for some of them. They have iframes like all the way while they're jumping down. So just aim where they're gonna land. Excuse me. Nice. Right here, a little Gears humor. They're teasing you with a Theron all the way over there. We'll meet them later.
Eyes on target.
Take a different path, come back around. Got you guys with the Mad World. Yep. There are a whole bunch of enemies up here that if you kill them, it doesn't matter. Like those ones that ran by, they actually just, I don't know, they're ghost enemies or they respawn or something happens to them. Even if you frag them all out. Use a very specific angle there so we can shoot the boomer, but he can't shoot us. And coming up here is going to be one of the harder parts of the run. I guess it's maybe not so bad on Ultimate Edition. Now that I've said something, I'm just going to die like 50 times. Anyway, I call this the RNG Pavilion because the setup for where these enemies are, it can be like anything. There are like five or six different enemies hanging out down here, and just where they are when you enter is so random. And actually, that's a good spread. 3 up front. See if that hits. Those dudes will end up chasing us. I'm gonna skip a checkpoint just to get that benefit. We'll see how it goes. Usually you would get a checkpoint right here, but since those other guys are still alive, if we die, we get reset all the way back there. Whoops. Why would they do that to me? So your aim can get flinched, as exhibited right there. Flinched enough to make that boom shot go off course, but all fine. We had another one. Come up here, hit these guys, and then by the time we kill these dudes, the enemies from the other area will be catching up. And so I think there should be one more coming in eventually. Dom, you want to maybe kill him? Oh, they're in the other spot. Fun. It's tap dancing over there. Gotta appreciate that. So now that they're dead, this door opens and we can go on through. Yeah, whatever.
Dang. Man, the intricacy of some of this stuff.
Yeah, and some of these are like semi-recent route developments, like shooting that guy downstairs on the Troika with the boom shot to kill him early. Usually you would have to like go all the way around and get him. It's definitely easier in Ultimate Edition. In Gears 1, trying to do that strat is rough. There's a tree in the way, and also the boom shot just doesn't explode as much.
Oh shit! Here they come!
But still really... What? Interesting. Still a really good way to speed that section up. Up here, this is the campaign setting for the multiplayer map escalation, if people remember that.
Not now.
No booming. And again, the last Theron, we just don't care about him and keep going. You got the splice on command right there. If you hold forward, it teleports you back. I got a comment about that one time, and I was just like, no, it's not a splice. Or just relax, play the game. There are other ways to tell, anyway. Through a frag! We're fine. Whenever Grenadiers have frags in hand, it's actually terrifying because you don't want to be so far back that the frag flinches you. when it explodes, because like that can cause issues if there are other enemies. But you don't want to get too close because they can like basically zero frame frag tag you. Like if you get right up to them for the shotgun, they will like frag tag you and you won't even know that it happened until you die, I guess.
Do they prime it like when they drop it?
Or
is that just
It's got to be another hole.
it's just like how the game interacts with like what the inputs are, like for frag plant, like for meleeing someone with a frag.
yeah.
Right there, a nice long boom shot down the hallway, sealed an E-hole that would spawn a whole bunch of enemies. And we keep going in. Right now, so like after entering in this entire building, this is actually the Phoenix estate, Marcus Phoenix estate. So we're back home for the main character.
Had these gates even back home, huh? That's where you learned to do it?
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, that's it. Yep, little bit of cover things. Going down into that room can actually be really dangerous if there's a grenadier and a lancer drone. They can be kicking the door and facing that and retreating, or they could be like right in your face when you go down there. And when that's the case, one goes for the chainsaw, one goes for like the insta body / double melee. Like they do all sorts of things. Oh, and that's one thing I haven't talked about at all. With the Nasher shotgun only, you can actually like throw out your melee hitbox and have it like hit twice, maybe even 3 times if you get like a really good timing on it and a really good angle. And it's useful as like a last resort for cleaning up an enemy if you run out, like you just don't have that one extra shot in your shotgun to shoot, or just, you know, you need a little something extra anyway. The downside is the enemies know how to abuse this for some reason, and
Oh, is that why I would sometimes just get one shot killed by them in melee?
yeah, they will definitely just straight up melee you, and you will get hit twice. You'll hear the thud thud, and you're gone.
Huh.
Marcus, it's open.
Let's see, lore update. We are in the Phoenix estate using that giant supercomputer in the wine cellar that exists for some reason. Uh-oh. He was going for it right there. But anyway, the resonator ended up not working out exactly how we thought. It was going to map out the Locust Tunnel network, but we realized it's way, way, way bigger. We come down to the Phoenix estate supercomputer. They've got some extra data. They plugged some stuff in from a little device they found. And now we have the data, and we're on our way out to deliver it to the light mass bomb.
Oh, yeah.
We got a fun little room filled with wretches. Dom's 1v1 in the wretch down there, I think.
He seems like he's having some real issues with it.
I'm not entirely sure what's going on. You got him, dude. Just keep doing your best.
It hit him. I wonder, did that reset his AI or?
Here, let me set him to attack. Maybe that'll help.
Engage.
You got it, Dom. You got him on the ropes. I swear. Oh, he's down. He tried. Oh, we're just gonna leave him back there. See you later.
Front of the house, second story. Hurry up!
So we go up to the roof here, and again, a little bit of a holdout fight. So the junker car that we came in on, Baird's doing a little bit of maintenance on that. What the? Hello. And that's alive. But yeah, so we're just buying him time to get the repairs done. And in a little bit, we're going to go back there and meet him, peel out. We have to kill all these enemies, and there was a boomer that walked by with like a giant, like, I don't know, Greco-Roman pillar or something. battering ram to smash the door in. That one's actually invincible. Not even invincible, just invulnerable. Like nothing happens to him. The bullets just go straight through him. So you have to let him hit the door. Right there, I'm gonna set Dom to cease fire because if he's still up top shooting out the window, some of the enemies won't approach into the doorway here. And it's a little bit faster this way. Just cover things.
Yep. Little dance.
Yeah. Like,
Let's do this.
the drones and Dom and everyone else can practice their dancing, why can't I?
I do really love that the AI said more locusts back of the house. And we shot like one guy back there. You're like, all right, great.
Yeah. So kill a few more enemies. We have to run all the way up here to get an angle on the propane tank that I shot, like kind of toward the end of that. Let's just kick this door open. I'm actually going to pick up a little bit more ammo for later. It's the pistol ammo that matters.
Yeah, how important is ammo conservation? I mean, obviously for the the single shot weapons like the torque bow and the sniper, it's pretty important. But for like the shotgun and the pistol, like
Yeah,
how tight is that?
Usually, shotgun usually it's not too big of an issue. Pistol, you're fine most of the time except for like this one part coming up, which is why I'm kind of stocking up in advance. The biggest thing that matters actually is the RNG on the boom shot drops earlier in the game, because like in Act 2 you need I think 7 to clear comfortably. But sometimes you can get dropped 6 and sometimes you can get 10, so you never know what you're gonna get.
And is that just to avoid like having to go pick up more grenades to close the E-holes?
It's to avoid picking up grenades. It's also because like sometimes you might not even have the grenades like available to pick up, the way routing works.
Yeah, and then you just have to wait, I guess.
Yeah.
Dang.
I just love the headshot sound.
I've been thinking it this whole time, but man, the Gibbs in this game are so over the top.
Oh yeah. It is like some of the gore in this game is like beautiful. As much as I can say that without making me like a psycho killer.
It's just goofy at some
God.
points.
We're chilling. We're fine. I'm not really in cover. This cover sucks. Yep. We're fine. And this is one of my favorite features of Ultimate Edition, right in this doorway. The wave dashing wretch.
Oh.
Man,
Look at him go.
sounded just like your old man.
There you go.
Yeah, well, screw him.
The world may never know.
Look what happened.
He's just zooming.
Now his mapping.
He's vibing.
Now bend it.
Somehow, I don't think he'd appreciate the irony.
Right here we got a whole bunch of wretches to kill. This is why I was stocking up on pistol ammo. Pretty much. Because without all this extra ammo, like you see how low I'm already running.
Yeah.
But we make that so fast with the pistol. I'm not gonna waste boom shots on them. That's for sure. And then the shotgun, I'd have to wait for them to get a little bit closer, or I'd just be like spraying all day. Oh, hi, Dom. All right, kill those two wretches. Jump over. We save a little bit of time. If you sit on the other side of that sandbag, you get this dialogue sequence anyway after killing them, and so
No time.
kind of lose like, I don't know, 4 or 5 seconds crossing the cover coming up here.
Coordinate with control. Get to those lines. We'll clear the park and meet you there.
We're on it.
All right, here's another really tough section. The spawns, ooh, that might already mess me up, that little bit of movement. Spawns are really tight, and trying to get some of these booms down on the E-holes before any enemies spawn. Actually, I think we're okay. There's the other one. So we kill all those enemies. There's a dude up here hanging out on the Troika, unless he came downstairs. We'll find out in a second if that's the case. I'm gonna hit a few frags up there off the Heezy. And we're good. The steel door down at the other side opens up, and this is the last one.
Nice. Shout out to that grenade throwing anime, the predictive grenade path. That thing was incredible.
Yeah,
like, back in
the
day.
little, you can see where it's gonna bounce roughly. Sometimes it
Yeah.
lies to you, but like overall, it's super nice to have like quality of life for this kind of game. A lot of times though, like in multiplayer, you might not want to sit there. The animation itself is kind of long and lengthy. So you want to make sure you're not vulnerable when you do it. A lot of people end up doing like little pop shot grenades where you like press the right trigger to start the throwing animation, but then you like pop the left trigger to aim in, and that'll give you the tracking for just like a split second, and you can aim with that. It's like a cool little technique that people can use. Go do it.
There, we got this. Find those power lines.
You got it.
So boomers, yep, I'm invincible. How do you like that? A few boomers in there. There are going to be some wretches spawning in the back. Whatever. I'll let Dom deal with some of that while I pick up ammo. Where'd the other one go? And we're good.
Delta, the train commander reports that Locust are heading their way. What's your status?
Approaching power lines now.
Be advised.
So there's a little bit of lore here. These are the like removed chapters that weren't in the original 360 version, but they were in the PC 2007 version, talking about like where the light mass bomb is, why you have to get there so quickly. Basically, the light mass bomb is being transported on this train that the Locust are trying to hijack, and we're trying to get them before that happens. Spoiler: they fully hijack it. And so, like, just a couple lines of dialogue and information about that make it so that, like, if you're not playing this version, you're like, what the heck's going on? Potential volume warning. The bass drop on the so there's this giant dinosaur Brumach guy stomping around outside. Kind of funny that they removed it from Gears 1 originally. Not really sure why. It seems like this iconic monster, but we're gonna see one up here and we'll fight it a little bit later.
I was gonna say I thought there was one in Gears 1, but yeah, it's later.
Yeah, like they show it like randomly in a cutscene, but like in the 360 version, you don't do the boss fight against it. Like it's just not a thing. You see one. I don't even remember if you see one chasing you out of Act 4 or not. I don't quite remember. But yeah, we'll see it now. Right here, a little holdout fight. Because Jack has to do something, sticking a power line so that we can open a door. Or something like that. I don't know, lore. It's like micro lore, not super relevant. It's just what we're doing.
Shoot the legs.
Right now, we see this Brumach walking down at us. Huge dude, arm turrets, giant like rocket launcher on top. Dom and Marcus, they're saying like, aim for his feet, aim for his feet. You don't want to aim for its feet. You just sit here, tell Marcus to cease fire and take cover. And you wait it out. If you shoot at this Brumach, it'll kind of stumble and slow it down. You pretty much are just waiting for it to get all the way to the end of its little track here, and it'll collapse part of the building. It is in the original cinematics? Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, at the end, like, when you're leaving Act 4, it might be chasing you out. Dom's over there in suspended animation. You're relieved. You can keep doing your thing.
Just checking out the architecture.
Yeah.
Rip that door.
Get him over there.
You guys make it out. Control, this is Delta. We've repaired the power lines, but there's a Brumac here. Please advise. Over.
So as you can hear, the radio, the communications are being jammed right now. So of course, that means it must be a cedar, and there's one inside of this old theater that we're entering right now. For some reason, no real clue how they got it in there.
Regroup with us behind this theater.
There has to be a back door. Let's split up. We'll find it faster.
I'll check the main hall.
You have a choice of going left or right, upstairs, or into the main hall. Main hall is way faster, and it's not even close.
Marcus! Found our seat!
Danger is, though, we have to deal with 2 Troika turrets pointed directly at us right when we round the corner, but we can frag those out with some nice frags. And you shoot that little backdrop down, it's going to take out the cedar. Although they seem like these big burly monsters, I'm not really sure how that is enough to kill it, but, you know, I want to ask questions. Shoot the boom shot. That's so tight. Hitting this boom shot is really, really difficult, but as you can see, there's a mess of Therons, like, coming out from that hole. That's what we prevent by hitting it on time.
Given how everything in this game gibbs so easily, it seems like everything's held together with paper mache anyway, so.
Yeah. Whoop. That's, yep, just movement things.
Dead end. Can you move that wall?
Dom, let's go. Turn the wheel.
So we turn a wheel, we wait for Dom to do his same thing upstairs. Eventually. Oh, teleported. Where'd he go? He's doing it. Okay. Dom gets stuck a lot, and then the game just puts him in his place, if people haven't realized that by now. He usually just has no idea what's happening.
Yeah, it's nice that they, you know, you'd figure for a game like this, they wouldn't put any, like, instant teleports of NPCs in, because, you know, they just have them, like, running the whole way, but it's nice that they do that.
It's actually very convenient, because I would not want to put up with it sometimes.
Yeah, be a lot more restarting checkpoint, just to bring them forward and stuff like that.
So, quick little rush there, a bunch of Nemesis dudes on turrets, drones. Fun little section when it goes right, and then, like, there are other times where you start getting lit up from the very start, and then it's not fun at all.
Yeah, and no freaking hammer.
So down here, again, no Hammer of Dawn, but we have another way of taking out the cedars creatively. Just crash a car full of propane onto it or something like that, and it blows up.
Control, this is Delta. Come in on ya.
Marcus, is that you?
Yeah, guys, we're playing Ultimate Edition, Gears Ultimate Edition. It's the remake of the original game.
Good. The Locusts are on board. They're throwing
And
guards onto the tracks.
Nasher range is kind of ridiculous sometimes.
Your bridge is still inoperable.
I think more so in Ultimate than in Gears 1 original. I'm gonna be real. But it's still pretty big.
Roger that. We're headed there now. Delta out.
Gears 2, it's a freaking sniper rifle, though. You hard L-aim someone across the map.
Incoming frag!
I don't like what that guy's cooking. Alright, so we leave one guy behind there. It doesn't matter. One of those dudes that we just don't have to kill. Technically, I don't even have to kill these wretches. I actually hit a double melee on there. One swing took out 2 wretches with the different sides of the hitbox. Where are my torque bows at? Alright, we're just gonna not do it then. No torque, we'll figure it out. This is one of those like risky tricks on Series X that hopefully I'll just give it a couple tries. Or maybe more than a couple, just a few tries while I'm under fire from all angles. But it feels like the lineup gets messed up by having better frames for some reason. Like, I don't know, it's just feels so much easier on Xbox One for some reason than Series X. Here we are. The idea here is that I'm trying to get... Can you guys stop torquing me, please? The idea is I'm trying to get on top of this sandbag, and I am just completely choking it up right now. Oh my god.
That seems super precise.
It is, and it's like there's not even like a great lineup for it just because of how the cover works here. There we go. Just have to kind of feel it out.
Nice.
And then even after you get on top of here, you have to run all the way down, hoping that... Ooh! We're fine. You missed. Hoping that they don't torque you out. Then come over here. There's a precise angle to kind of run and drop down fully out of the map now. And when I come back in, hopefully the map stays deloaded enough. This is where having really good loads is actually detrimental. But we have enough time on that one, it worked. We can come back into the map. There are certain barriers that would reload, and then once the map reloads, we kick this door, which is the trigger for the next section. And then we're not even done. This is like kind of like, it's 2 different tricks, but it's the way it works is like all one continuous sequence. Oh no, you're not. There we go. So we're running past those wretches. Again, more enemies that we don't have to kill, at least not right now. And we're going to be running forward, kicking nothing, sick. We're going to be running forward, clearing the enemies in the next area. There are like 3 checkpoints that I've missed right now, by the way. So if something goes wrong, we are reverted heavily. Good. And we're going to come up here. There are going to be a bunch of wretches as well that we leave alive. Trying to only kill the humanoid ones. There's a few torque bows hanging out. A few drones. There's a grenadier. Oh. Yo. Chill. Just going to play it super safe. The grenadier was like walking back. We're not even going to mess with him yet. And now that we've killed all the humanoid enemies, we run all the way back to where we came from, because this is hopefully going to kind of deload the area that we're going into next. As soon as we kill some of these wretches, I'm gonna spam skip cutscene, and we're gonna run forward. Oh, we're definitely in there. Let's go.
Oh, wow.
And it deloads. Let me show what happened here. It actually deloads the staircase, deloads some barrels that we can run through and get to this next part. What it's skipping is like 7 different enemies on the way. There's a dialogue sequence, and just the slowness of it makes you walk all the way around. You can hit these big red wheels in an optimal order. It's such a good skip. And so if your loads are a little bit too fast there, what can happen is you might not get all the way past the stairs before they load in. Or even worse, you get like right up into them, or like you get stuck on the barrel and you have to reload the checkpoint. Right there, I ran all the way up to the top to kind of trigger a couple enemies that would have been triggered normally. Sometimes they get stuck down here. But yeah, no, that went very well. Where's dude? Then we go in here, and we're going to be very careful here because this is another one of those sections where we've just skipped so many checkpoints. Getting set back here is awful. It's a really dark room. They kind of spawn when you're halfway into the room, so like sometimes they sneak up on you, get chainsaws or double melees, or like they're just doing all sorts of different things. We're clean though.
Okay, Okay, we're done. Wait. Oh, shit!
Now what?
Power levels are good, but we need to...
So here's where we're finally going to get that Brumok boss fight.
We can't. We'll need a full set of tools, enough rated cable to connect 2 transform blocks, an interrupt to manage levels.
What the hell?
Talking about some side plot stuff.
Yeah.
Trying to use the Brumok as a way to connect the transformers and hit a giant jump start on the whole system.
Something big enough to fit between those things out front? I think I just...
I don't know, some kind of electrical engineer is probably like, well, actually,
back to chase us.
that does not work like
Up
that.
till now.
There. Open the back door for us.
Can't
know what
believe
to tell
you're delegitimizing all of the totally real electrical engineers that worked on this game and said, yeah, man, that's possible. They got this.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe they did, right? Like, I could be the wrong
Yeah.
one. I'm not the one with an electrical degree, so like, how am I really gonna know? So the whole thing here, this Brumok, you want to shoot the arm guns. And I'm getting low on pistol ammo. I'm gonna save a little bit of that. But once you shoot the arm guns enough, they explode. And we're actually getting a convenient pattern here where it's not bullying me too... hold on. Not bullying me too aggressively. This fight, even on casual, is rough. And on insane, it is a nightmare. But we make light work of that. We got good RNG,
Wow.
good shots.
That was really good.
He's out of there.
Snipers!
Peek me.
There!
No.
This is like a Halo 1 pistol, man. This does so much damage.
So here, after the snipers up top, there are going to be a bunch of E-holes spawning around in the area. And we're going to tell our teammates to cease fire, actually, because there's, after this wretch comes up on the side, there's going to be another E-hole that spawns. But what's really the time waste on this section is the snipers that are connected to each other. So we prolong as long as possible so that the sniper up top can spawn. There's this solid fence over here that we can just shoot a giant rocket through. No real issues. And yeah, this section's looking good.
Sweet.
We'll see if I actually hit this shot. Waiting for that sniper to spawn, like I said. It's the holdup on the whole area. And we're out of there.
Let's go!
The wall bounced to push it out of the way.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Even the giant like shipping crates ragdoll, they lose all of their weight and like, you knock them around.
Yeah.
You gotta get going now.
Let's move out.
We're finally on that train that's been hijacked by the Locust, and so of course, if it's been hijacked, they've got strength in numbers here. Lots of dudes with lancers, lots of dudes with torque bows trying to stick you with explosives or insta-kill you with the chainsaw.
Nice.
Scary. But we just kind of take our time, move up through it mostly safely. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't do it. I do not want a Boltok game.
Nemesis on the radar.
Alright, well that's what I've got now.
Not good.
The Boltok in Gears 1 and Ultimate Edition is not great.
Open this door.
It's like kind of a heavy revolver pistol, but it shoots very, very slowly.
Are you kidding me? Berserker!
We time that grenade right before a little cutscene hits, where it's flying through the air and it'll land in its spot right after the cutscene. There's a Berserker that like comes out of a like Frosted Flakes shipping container or something like that. I think there's cereal back there.
Hell no.
The door's open, Marcus. Move.
But yeah, just we don't even get to see it. We blow up the big gas can and detach the whole back of the train, and so it just flies away.
Affirmative.
Here they come.
Where's
Take cover!
yo, chill.
Nice. Let's keep moving.
Delta, good news. You've got chain guns on the roof of your car.
The train section's just really fun because it's a lot of that close quarters, you know, Nasher Fest sort of thing. Anyone who plays multiplayer, like this is going to be your favorite part of the run, just bouncing around, hitting stuff. It's really satisfying.
The ugliest damn thing I've ever seen.
So we come up top here, and there are a bunch of these Reavers, the essentially the mounted cavalry for the Locusts that I think we don't see very frequently in Gears 1, but we see them all the time in Gears 2 and like other games. Thankfully, they give us a Troika turret, and we just sit up here and blast them all, kind of trying to manage the camera shake as best we can. And at the end of all of these, there's going to be one that flies overhead to let us know that we're done.
And then there were none.
Yeah, dudes, the coal train runs on whole grain, baby. You already know.
We need to get to that bomb.
Right there at the top and bottom of the ladder, we pick up some torque bow. We're maxed out. We have 12 bolts. And that's...
You've got wretches.
It used to be... I guess I could stop doing that, but it used to be for the final boss battle against General Ram, the guy that stabbed Kim at the very, very beginning of the game that we saw in one other cutscene. And by we saw, I mean those who played casually saw it, and not in the speedrun because cutscenes are slow. But... Anyway, the big bad fight is coming up, and traditionally you would shoot him a whole bunch with torque bow and just different kind of weapons, trying to take him out. I'm gonna go for a little bit of a... It's like a quick kill, but it's also a meme kill, because like when it doesn't work, you just look stupid. But I'm still gonna go for it. Making great time, by the way.
I mean, what are speedruns all for? To showcase, if not just going for the absolute memeiest kills possible.
Yeah.
Swag
So
strats.
yeah, exactly. Maximum swag required.
Yeah.
That's why I was so bummed out I didn't get on that piano, but we hit the moonwalks. Yeah, I'm doing the turret strat. Right here, a whole bunch of wretches spawning. We're waiting for our robot friend Jack to open up another door. And we're hanging out, killing them as they spawn up top. Halfway through, we'll switch sides, do it again.
Scratch one grub.
They're just taking a long time to spawn.
Yeah. I was thinking, like, man, this is a pretty long time.
I feel like there's a little bit of RNG to it, but yeah. What? This is why I hate having a bull talk.
Oh yeah.
You've only got a few more seconds.
We'll pick you up as soon as we plant the data.
Yeah, I think I am actually on PB pace for this game. I grinded Gears 1 for like 2 years straight, but I never did like the same maximum effort grind on Ultimate Edition, so this is actually looking really good right now. Right there are a whole bunch of wretches that we don't have to kill, but it's in our benefit to kill them, because Dom likes to stop and kill them instead if you don't, and you need him to cross the bridge to come over here.
You're approaching target. GPS shows that you've picked up speed. You don't have much time.
Let's go. We're almost there.
Zoop. All right, yeah, we've just got the final fight of the game against Ram, so time's coming up soon-ish. And if we get that quick kill, it'll be sooner than later.
Let's do this.
So first things first, we're just gonna run at him, because why not? Why wouldn't we do that? Ram is this big, like, senior Theron kind of guy. with a giant krill shield about him. And you need to use explosives to blast the krill off of him, and that is fascinating game. That is fascinating game.
Oh, dang.
Okay. We'll just do it again. The torque bow shot didn't pop the krill off of him, because I guess it was just a little bit too early there. Oh, now he's doing weird stuff. No, now he's doing weird stuff. Don't make me do old strats. Come on. Oh, you're done. You're so done. That's time right there.
Nice.
Hey, not bad. I'll take it. It was basically the first try. The first one wasn't even real. It was like the 0th.
Let's do this.
But yeah, that's pretty much the game. Gears Ultimate Edition. I don't know. I guess shout outs and plugs. If you guys had fun, come through on my stream, I guess. Just twitch.tv/Flurby. I play a lot of different Gears games, Gears speedruns. I'm kind of rotating around between Ultimate Edition, Gears 4, and the DLC category for Gears 5, Hive Busters. Those are kind of like the rotation right now. I play a bunch of other games. I'm doing a lot of Dead by Daylight recently. Got a few hours on Survivor. I'm alright at the game, you know. And got a YouTube channel, also YouTube/Flurby, putting out some good videos. I got some good stuff coming up. Just hit 500 subs, so that was pretty sick, pretty pog. And hit me up on Twitter, FlurbyTG, I guess, if that's your thing. And I guess just shout outs to some of the homies I saw come through from my chat. Appreciate all of you, and special shout out to a streamer friend of mine, Jervalen. Saw him, he like rated the chat earlier, I think. He's super big Halo runner, Halo challenge runner. He was the winner of the most critical
yeah,
challenge.
that's where I remember him from.
Yeah, and so he's dope, so shout outs to him. And shout outs to Waifu. He was going to commentate today, but unfortunately couldn't make it, but you're still cool. I think that's pretty much it. Let me hit people with a few more lip rolls. And that's it.
Yeah. And, I mean, if people want to learn this game, you just check out the speedrun.com page, check out the Discord.
Yeah, definitely. If people are interested, there aren't a whole lot of runners in the Gears community. People kind of come on and off. I'm usually the most active person, but there's a link to a Gears Runners Discord channel on speedrun.com that you can find. You can hop in there. You can hop in my Discord. Just like anywhere, start asking questions. Just do a run, see how you like it, see how it feels. Some of the runs are longer than others. Some of them are like, you know, more mechanically intensive. Some are more trick based. They're fun. So definitely looking forward to having more runners in the future potentially. And also we were talking about like pre-stream about like I one day hope to have some kind of randomizer stuff. Seeing the Majora's Mask bit before really got me. I hope somehow we can figure out a Gears randomizer one day. That'd be like the pinnacle.
Yeah, that would be awesome. All right. Well, a couple final announcements before you go back to a quick break. If you want to check out what Games Done Quick is up to, ! links in Twitch chat for all things GDQ. If you're watching this on YouTube, Games Done Quick's main YouTube channel is really close to 1 million subscribers, so that would be really cool. We
let's go.
Got pretty close to that. And your subs, Prime Gaming sub, gift. God, I swear, Prime Gaming subs is like the hardest phrase for me to read. I don't know how people do it. Your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick with
it's free money, guys.
It's free money. Yeah,
like,
it supports all this HotFix content we put out, and it also helped with the AGDQ 2023 costs. So please consider subscribing if you like this kind of content. All right, with all that said, we're gonna go to a quick break, and then we're gonna be back with Maxi Lobes running Army of Two.
I'm stoked
stay
for that.
tuned. Yeah, stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, y'all. Welcome back to AIMBOT show all about FPSs, third-person shooters, and everything in between. Couple quick announcements before we get started. If you're watching this on YouTube, go to twitch.tv/gamesdonequick if you want to see the live content, starting weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. And if you're watching this on Twitch and you missed that Gears of War run by Flurby, or you missed that previous Majora's Mask randomizer, you can go to youtube.com/gamesdonequick to check it out there. So, the second nostalgia-filled Xbox 360 game for the night, we got Maxi Lobes running Army of Two. Take it away.
Hello, everybody. Army of Two, definitely a nostalgic 360 title. I think most people played this on 360. I do believe it was on PS3 as well, but 360 was kind of the place to be during the time, you know, like 2005 to 2009. So most people play this on 360, and I am playing it on Xbox One because it's backwards compatible, which is cool. And I'm going to be showcasing the any percent category, which is no new game plus items, no new game plus weapons or anything like that. So I'm going to be showcasing how you beat everything with just your AI partner and just like the basic stuff the game gives you throughout the run. And this is also like a fairly new category. Not many people tried doing this. I'm like the first person to actually complete a new game run. So I actually did all this myself. This is all just me. So I am going to wait. Yeah, okay, we're good. I'm gonna count it down in 3, 2, 1, go.
Man, that music just takes me back.
Yeah, it does, huh? So this run starts off, every single run, even if you are on New Game Plus, it starts off with a training segment, just to kind of go over the mechanics. And because this game came out in 2008, obviously it had to try and do something different to kind of differentiate itself from the juggernaut of third-person shooters, which you just watched a run of, Gears of War. So there are things in this game that EA attempted to kind of incorporate in order to mix things up a little bit. I will say, for its time, Gears of War did a lot of very, very impressive things, and this game, not so much, but there are things that make it quite different from Gears and actually make it a pretty worthwhile experience to check out. Specifically, the aggro mechanic. Essentially, the aggro mechanic makes it so that whoever's shooting a lot at the enemies holds the aggro. They are the ones that will be shot at the most, and the other player can, or AI rather, can go ahead and do whatever they want. It's pretty unlikely that the enemies will try to shoot at them. And that is kind of like the main mechanic that drives this game. And you'll be seeing me manipulate Rios, who is my AI partner. I'm playing as Salem, just because I think he has a smaller hitbox. I can't tell. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, we play as Salem. Here's Rios. We're gonna headbutt him, because that's something you can do. If your AI partner's being a good asset to the team, you can give us some high fives. You can do some little air guitar with him. And if he's not, you can just headbutt him right in the head. So yeah, aggro's a big thing. I'm gonna be giving a lot of different commands. You can see on the bottom right of the screen, there's a regroup command, there's an advance command, and there's a stop command. And both of them have two different settings. They have passive and aggressive. Passive, obviously, Rios is going to try his best to not shoot at enemies and just defend himself when he needs to. And aggressive, he's just going to go in. He's just going to shoot whatever he can, try to draw as much aggro as he can. And yeah, you'll see me toggle a lot on those settings just to do certain rooms optimally. whether I need to run through a room and try to get to a checkpoint, or I need to actually hold aggro myself. And right here's the back-to-back mechanic. Here's another mechanic that kind of sets itself apart from the other third-person shooters. This back-to-back mechanic is something that happens like once or twice every level. And
yeah, that was the coolest part of this mechanic of this game, was the back-to-back.
Yeah, the back-to-back was sick.
It is sick, I guess.
It is sick. It is sick. So right here, last mechanic that it shows you in the training area is, in other games, you just kind of, when you get downed, you get downed. You're useless. You can't do anything. But in this game, when you get downed, you can actually still shoot while you're getting dragged to safety. So that's something pretty cool that they implemented. Here's just a pile of trainee bodies. There's some good ragdoll physics that you'll witness throughout the run. And something that I also want to like stress is that this game has Rios's, the AI like has a head cam in the top right of the screen. There's a head cam where you can see your AI do everything. And for the speed run, you have to pay attention to that head cam a lot. But it also makes it kind of funny because Rios does some silly things. So yeah. That was the training segment, pretty quick. And now we're moving on to our first mission. A little bit of backstory. Salem and Rios are, you know, they're in the army. But this game, unlike some of the other third-person shooters and first-person shooters that came out during this time, this one tries to go for a little bit of realism in its story and its setting and its characters. So, yeah, this game is kind of just about like privatizing the military, which is a kind of a wild concept. But we'll get more into that later. But that's essentially what this game is about, and that's why it's called Army of Two. But for now, we're in the army. We're gonna meet one of the most infamous dirtbag villains of this era of gaming. You know, you had Eric from Tony Hawk's Underground, Eric Sparrow. Now you have Clyde from Army of Two.
Shit, man, they got us going down. I know, I can't get a shot off.
And this cutscene's wild.
Forgot how over the top this is.
It's very over the top, yeah.
What does this guy think he is?
It's very over the top.
Bro, that was so badass. You wish you
But that's kind of what makes it funny sometimes. A little bit of a mature humor here and there, but yeah, this is Philip Clyde. He sucks. We don't like him right off the bat. Salem and Rios have been fishy about this guy from this point in the game, from the beginning. So even if you play this as like a first-time playthrough, you know that this guy's going to cause trouble later on. But you'll see what happens. You'll see. So he's a private contractor. He's not in the army. And he's been sent to complete this mission instead of us.
He's right here, inside the Continental Hotel.
So he's, yeah, he's got that status over us.
There's too many of them. We need to find help.
But a little bit more about the run. So essentially, you can see that like enemies do pretty good damage. We're on the easiest difficulty, Recruit, but even then, similarly to the run that you saw before in Gears of War, when you play on the easiest difficulty, it doesn't mean that you're going to get, you know, a free pass in all of these areas. Later on, it starts getting very risky. You could die very easily. So there's going to be a lot to deal with later. But for now, you know, there's not too many areas in certain, or there's not too many areas where there are a lot of enemies, so you can kind of just run through every once in a while. Oh, this guy is being smart. He's hiding. So back-to-back section here. Followed up with Rios and Salem just using a chain to...
Oh my god.
They just yank the whole thing down. Good lord. So this is like our first mini boss fight in the run and in the game. He's got a lot of health, but if you headshot him a lot, he dies pretty quick. So that's what we're gonna try to do as we get closer to him. Where is he? Behind this corner? Yep. Oi, stop moving. Got him, okay. There's a little bit of RNG there. It is completely luck-based whether or not whether or not he decides to either run at you or away from you. As you saw, he ran away quite a bit. There's a chance that the first two enemies that I killed, he can just spawn right there and he'll just stay there sometimes. So this is one of those sections where you can save a bunch of time or lose a bunch of time. It's very unpredictable.
We need to secure the marketplace so Dalton can land the chopper for extraction.
We gotta talk to Dalton.
And top left, you see that checkpoint? It actually tracks the amount of kills each, like the amount of kills Salem and Rios has each, and it also tracks how much money you have to spend on weapons and such. But that is something that you cannot do in this category. So to explain a little bit more about how this category works and why people just didn't do it before me, this category involves you being offline. You have to be offline in order to do this because for some weird reason, when it comes to Microsoft, you cannot delete cloud saves. And that's what this game saves on. It saves on the cloud and you can't delete it, so you're stuck with New Game Plus for the rest of eternity unless you sign out of your Xbox 360 profile. What that means is that in order to run any percent, you need to sign out, beat the game once, and then you can start doing runs because you can skip cutscenes.
That's so weird.
That is... yeah. That is how you run this category. Hence why barely anybody did it before. And he fell. You can see in the dash cam, Rios has fallen after already being up here. He's throwing. It's okay. There we go, buddy. Okay. You need both Salem and Rios up here on the turrets in order to actually start this next section. And you'll know it starts when a bunch of enemies spawn in the top right corner area, the bottom left corner area. There they are. I actually don't know how this section works in terms of like who or how many you need to kill. I think it's just a counter. I think it's based on how many you kill and not who exactly you kill. But again, I'm not 100% sure of that. But that's the first mission. Very straightforward. It's the reason why this mission is kind of tied together with the tutorial is because this mission still kind of acts as a tutorial. But yeah, that's it. That is the first mission, and we're on to the more kind of meaty stuff. This is the cutscene coming up that, like, you know, Salem and Rios, they go from the army into the SSC, which is the corporation that is trying to privatize the military, so that they become private contractors. Which also introduces you to the very iconic, like, suits, the masks and stuff. The masks and the armor, as you can see. This is also very romantic.
Classic, just getting shot repeatedly as you parachute down with no cover.
Yep. See, I would shoot them, but there's no point. And the reason why there's no point is because of, like I said, I routed and did a lot of this stuff myself, but I also had a helping hand from a fellow runner and glitch hunter, Hippo. And they were, you know, Hippo's, I don't know how Hippo finds some of this stuff, but he has a knack for finding really huge game-breaking things. One of them you'll see much later, but he also finds like very easy stuff like checkpoint reset right there. You skip a back-to-back section. So right there, that's already like 45 seconds to a minute saved based on how well you do that back-to-back section. So you'll be seeing more checkpoint abuse later on as well. The special helmet. Yeah. And because we're running on the any percent category, the armor will actually just get better over time. Whereas in like New Game Plus, you already have the best armor. So I'm actually going to tell Rios to be aggressive here, just so I can plant this without taking too much damage. Cool, that's done. Oh, this guy's right here. These mines do a ton of damage. You will pretty much just get downed instantly. So you gotta watch out for those. They're static, so you don't gotta worry about them being randomized or anything like that.
Good job, guys. Keep it up. Over.
So that was smooth. Rios did his job. And now we're gonna do something that puts that whole checkpoint reset thing to better use than you just saw. Like, the checkpoint reset for skipping the back-to-back is pretty big, but this one is pretty massive because it'll... Oh, Rios, I kind of need you, buddy. I'm sorry. This will kind of show you, like, the power of checkpoint resetting. So, again, we're going to tell Rios to be aggressive, but also be regrouping with me. We're going to nade the guy in the turret, because he does crazy good damage to us. And now Rios is getting some aggro, which is good. And just like that, checkpoint reset, and we despawn every single enemy that we just ran past. And now we're all good. They're just all gone.
There's only one way to find out.
And now it's time for more romantic parachuting.
That's ridiculous. So it's just like location based for that, I guess, or like you have to kill those 5 guys.
No, it's location based. As soon as you get to that one point in the room, there will be a checkpoint every time. Oh yeah, damage boosting. I don't know how this works. I'm still not exactly sure. You just like hit a wall straight on, and sometimes you get a damage boost. Sometimes it's little, sometimes it's small. That first one is very consistent. You'll always get that damage boost as long as you just hold forward. But these other ones, I don't know how they work. Yeah, as you can see, that didn't really do a whole lot. Come on, Rios. You got this, buddy. There you go. Again, didn't get a damage boost there. I don't know how they work, but I tried doing them anyways sometimes. Did I say that? Sometimes it's little, sometimes it's small.
You did. I wasn't going to say anything because you're my friend.
You're getting the showcase of that right now. The only big one we've gotten is that first one. Oh, there we go.
Ooh.
There we go. That's better. And now, as you pointed out before, no cover, nothing we can do. We'll just get shot a bunch until we land.
Someone in chat asked, how are they missing the parachute with guns? And you know what? That's true. How are they missing?
That is very a good point. That's a good point. It's the aggro. The parachute doesn't have the aggro. It is.
Yeah.
It's not shooting back, so. All right, this next section, a little tricky sometimes, but we're going to put Rios on regroup and aggressive. Just for these first 2 guys. And then after that... Okay, look at him melee. You see that? He just kicked that guy, and he did a backflip. That was sick. That's why I gotta pay attention to the head cams sometimes. Because it's pretty cool. The melee in this game is fantastic. Oh, Rios is getting really good aggro right now. There we go. He might need some help, though. Does he need help? Yeah, he does. He does. That's unfortunate. Sometimes he does a pretty good job killing everything, but this is one of those times where he does not do a very good job killing everything. Okay, let's drag him. Alright. We won't put him on aggressive, just so he doesn't get downed again. That's kind of the beauty of these runs, is that, like, sometimes Rios will just go in and do everything perfectly. Other times he doesn't. You kind of have to improvise. Improvise? Improvise.
Check your GPS. You should be close enough to pick up Hicks' signal. Over.
This is another one of those sections where Rios really has to pull through. He's taking the aggro pretty well right now, so I think we can actually do the fast try here. We don't have to go back into cover. Nice. That made up for it. Very, very good. That right there is the importance of the aggro mechanic.
Damn Cowboys better win tonight.
Big game, huh?
I got 10 G's on the spread.
A year ago,
Oh, there's the air guitar.
Now you're blowing 10 grand on sports betting.
Whatever. If I win, I'll pay off my credit cards.
Does it? Does that like affect the damage they do? Is it just like,
oh no,
hey, good job, man?
It's totally just giving him props. That's about it. The morale.
It'd be kind of funny if, like, I guess not necessarily the encouragement, but the headbutt made him like more inclined to disobey what you were telling him to do.
That would be pretty funny. Yeah. So right here, this is one of those sections where I don't think we've done it yet, but overkill. Overkill is a mechanic where when you have overkill, you have 2 times damage, which tends to just kill everything really quickly. And Rios has stealth mode instead of overkill, which essentially gives him like a faster running speed and also makes him basically invisible. And now what I'm going to try to do, this might be bad timing. Is it going to happen? Rios, buddy.
A lot of aggro here, my friend.
I can't believe that worked. I almost got downed. But yeah, that is overkill. It's very, very helpful. But most of the time, you won't see me trying to get overkill. Like, that is just one of those strats where it's better to get overkill. But we want stealth mode most of the time. We want Rios to do it.
Okay, Elliot. Keep it going, Elliot.
Alright, putting Rios on aggressive. Even though he's not doing the best job, that's okay. 2 guys are gonna spawn right here. Hello? There he is. Ooh, that shotty is hurting.
Come on, man, watch my back. Yo, Hicks, that you?
Who's there?
Okay, good.
Man, I'm with the company. I'm gonna get you out of here.
Yeah, this is just one of those sections where you have to rely on yourself a little bit more because Rios has trouble with kind of the geometry of this area. And now we're going to pick Hicks up and tell Rios to go into advanced aggressive. Just because I want him to take care of these enemies. He's not doing it. He's just chilling. Oi.
This is my normal aggressive, and this is my advanced aggressive.
Look at him. So advanced. Now, this is one of those times where you just really watch. Oh, the headbutt! The double headbutt! Oh, and then he got... Then he took a knee to the stomach. Oh, the triple headbutt!
He's having himself a great time.
Yeah, right? Like I said, when Rios wants to go in, he goes in.
Forward, Tice, let's go. What do we do about this guy?
Let's put him down. Brian, we're
All
gonna
right.
finish this mission, then we'll figure out.
And that is the first escort. There's going to be another one much later on, but... Oh, and this is also one of the only times... Actually, no, this is the only time where we specifically switch weapons with Rios in the run. Because that gun right there... That is a higher aggro gun. And that's good for, like, those first couple of sections where I actually had to, like, hold aggro and get overkill and whatnot. But now, we don't want that. We want Rios to get overkill for this next section.
I'm telling you, man, something going on here. Why is Dalton handling this mission?
Will you shut up with this shit already? Focus on what you're doing.
This is the part of the story where Rios starts to get a little bit suspicious of what's going on, because he thinks that there are troop positions being leaked by, you know, possibly SSC, and Salem's like, "You're crazy, dude. That's not happening."
Yeah, good thing we ain't in the army anymore. It was a Delta unit operating off the grid.
Salem's just mashing X to doubt.
Stop worrying about shit that doesn't relate to us and focus on the mission.
Oh, okay. And Rios has got aggro. That's good. We're gonna take out those two enemies. What? Where did these guys come from? This guy is a sniper.
Full
up close
kip
and
up
personal
in
sniper.
Military gear. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And overkill. There we go. So this is stealth mode. You do less damage in stealth mode, but that's not really too big of a deal as long as you hit headshots. There we go. Where's the last guy? Oh, there he is. Oh, he's so far away. Come back. Okay. Time for the first actual, like, difficult boss. That becomes not so difficult because we're actually going to just throw nades and it's going to work beautifully. Oh, he's almost dead. There we go.
Oof.
Yeah, his shotgun does a lot of damage. That's why he's kind of difficult, because if you don't get him right after the nade strat, he can kill you for sure. But that was pretty smooth, all things considered. Is this guy still alive? Are you chilling? Yeah, he is. Hey, buddy.
What's he saying?
He's got the year and model number. He's looking for the manufacturer's.
The nade strat is mainly to take out this armored guy, because getting behind him is pretty rough. It's pretty rough because Rios doesn't necessarily do the best job at holding aggro in that boss fight.
Can you imagine if they ever used all these?
That's why we're gonna destroy all this shit, man, so it never gets used.
Let's do it then.
Alright, we're gonna high five. Gonna high five with our backs to an explosion.
I wanna know what this mission is really about.
That's this game summarized.
Think about this shit, man. I don't know why you do. And right now, I just want to get the fuck out of here and get decontaminated.
Okay, that's the end of the second mission. On to the third one. Which, you know, there's like a lot of similar kind of strats going on, as you just saw. There's a lot of manipulation of Rios and like his aggression, and kind of just mapping out which enemies to kill, which to run past, which are actually going to cause issues and which aren't. A little bit of improv sometimes, but right here we're going to have Rios go into aggression. We're going to go to this right tent over here. Take a little bit of cover. Once Rios gets aggro, we're going to run past. If he does... Whoa.
Nope.
Uh-oh. If he does really well, he'll actually get a stealth, which would be really good right about now. Yeah, there we go. And for some weird reason it canceled. That's unfortunate, but I kid you not, that half a second of stealth still helps quite a bit. So there's another checkpoint that we reset in order to just despawn everything and get Rios up top here with us to initiate the next sequence, which is kind of like a defense sequence. You have to just kill all of the enemies that are spawning and, you know, take care of Eisenhower. But there's a specific way of doing this. Essentially, we're going to look at this back corner over here. God, we're getting shot in the back a lot. I need Rios to do something. Sure, I guess I'll go into stealth mode. That works. It's not really what's supposed to be happening right now, but like I said, improv. Sometimes you gotta do it.
If you feign death behind a wall, does that still count as like dropping aggro? Or they have to see you?
If you feign death, they will not shoot at you anymore whatsoever. But the problem is that when you're in feign death, you actually can't recover health. So that's the catch. That is the catch. But actually, like, if you're in a pickle and you really need to feign death, it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. You'll lose a lot of time, but it's better than getting downed. But that went pretty smoothly. As I said, I was supposed to get overkill, and Rios was supposed to go stealth, but we switched roles, and it went... It was only maybe like a few seconds slower, so sometimes you just gotta know what to do in the moment with those strats.
Mission accomplished. Eisenhower's on the chopper. Should we proceed to extraction ourselves or...
Holy shit!
Okay.
What happened? That's Eisenhower's
This is the part of the game where, you know, Rios gets all suspicious and stuff, and then you actually start to see things happening where you're like, you're kind of siding with Rios. You're like, huh, Rios might be right about SSC. Maybe things get a little twisted here. A little bit twisted, but before we actually get into the first skip of the game, I kind of want to share something very special. Back in 2008, when this game came out, it was around the time where, like, YouTube started to become a place where people actually, you know, posted regularly, and there was somebody back in 2008 who posted YouTube videos of various out-of-bounds glitches in games, and they just so happened to find an out-of-bounds skip in this game, and they had no idea that it could have been implemented in speedruns. This video was resurfaced by Hippo. And Hippo was able to find a way to actually use the out-of-bounds. So, yeah, fun fact, this out-of-bounds is back from 2008. It's kind of wild. You never really would have thought that this would be a game where somebody would actually look into that type of stuff so early on. But here we are.
It's also just astonishing that it, you know, was dormant for that long.
I know, right? Yeah. Rios. Rios, come here. There you go, buddy. So we need him to step jump. So we need to get up here, and as simple as this may look, it's actually quite difficult to do. What we're trying to do is we're trying to roll over to that other wall. I don't know why, but there's no invisible wall stopping you, but there's also just this tiniest bit of flooring for you to actually do this, so it's a little bit harder than it looks.
Dang.
But this saves a ton of time. So even failing it a bunch, it's still worth doing it. Oof. Come on. It's kind of funny too, because Rios is like, come here, Salem, step jump. Let me help you up. There we go.
Perfect.
So there is just that little wiggle room and that little bit of flooring still for you to roll over, and just now you're out of bounds. Like, you can travel quite a bit. There's not a whole lot you can do, which I guess is the reason why the person who originally found this was never able to, you know, think of hitting a checkpoint and actually progressing the game. It was more so like, hey, look what I found. Like, just like that, boom. So now we're back in bounds, and there is a checkpoint right over here. Just like that, skipped a ton of fighting, and also skipped a really slow section that Rios has a hard time with. Like, his AI does not understand the section we just skipped very well, and his movement is just odd. So, yeah, big time save. Now we're just gonna blow this tank up. And we're done with the section. Very nice.
Great, we're on our way. Over and out.
Yeah. Shoutouts to those 360p 2008 YouTube videos.
The funniest, like, complete the circle for full 360 would be if that person was watching right now. and it's like, oh man.
That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Alright, we're gonna tell Rios to go into advanced aggression. I'm never gonna be able to not say it like that again.
I'm sorry, but also you're
aggression.
welcome.
We're gonna take out a couple of enemies, but then we're gonna let Rios do the rest. He got in the turret. Interesting choice, Rios. Interesting choice, but that's okay. He's doing his job. He's got some pretty good aggro right now. Alright, we're going into overkill. We're gonna run past this guy. And there should be a checkpoint right here. Same idea. We're gonna reset checkpoint, bring Rios to us, and despawn all the enemies we just ran past.
Guys, Aliyasef is heading for the chopper. Don't let him escape.
Okay, Salem. Get the chopper, he's getting away! No!
We're coming up to a back-to-back section. It's kind of one of the reasons why you want to reset the checkpoint. Even if Rios does eventually get over here, it's just always going to be faster on Xbox One. On Xbox 360 or PS3, some of these reset checkpoint strats might not actually be worth doing. So Xbox One backwards compatibility really coming in handy here. Oh, did that guy spawn? No, okay. Good. Come on, Rios. Come on, buddy. He was saying goodbye to that last enemy. He's like, I'm gonna let you live.
Staring at him as he ran away.
Yep. Okay. Oh, and yeah. There's stuff like that littered through this game where like Rios and Salem just prank each other. It's great. They're in like the most serious of situations, but nah. Just trip each other through doors. Okay, so again, gonna tell Rios to be aggressive here. And advanced as well. Gonna take him off of advanced now that he's kind of done with those enemies. And we have stealth eventually? Soon? Question mark? There we go. Okay. As you can see, there's like a timer for like how long you have overkill, so...
I forget, but do you still get the stealth and overkill when you're playing co-op?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I totally forgot that.
Yeah, so when you go into overkill, and your AI partner's in stealth mode, they will try to melee everything. So... you know, you just got to keep that in mind that they're not going to shoot their gun. They're going to run around and try to, you know, suplex and headbutt everything. So that's also another reason why you want to be in stealth a lot, because it's obviously a lot faster to just get a quick headshot in. And also, you know, stealth mode comes in very handy in situations like the one that I'm about to be in, where there is a boss fight, and unlike the last boss fight that we were in, this boss will just gradually backpedal. And because of that, it just gets harder and harder to attack them in the back, which is one of the only ways of actually damaging this boss. It has like the armored soldier mechanic. So you need to get to the back. So we're gonna tell Rios to go into advanced aggression. Except for that mine, we're gonna blow up that mine, just so he doesn't blow himself up. I'm gonna tell him to go into advanced aggression. He's doing a good job. He's doing good. In fact, I think we might get it right away. Yep. There it is. This was actually, like, crazy optimal. This was really good.
Yeah, because otherwise you have to make it past all those enemies, huh?
Yeah, he backpedals all the way over there by that chopper. And there's an armored guard over here. There's like regular enemies. That guy just flew. So yeah, this part is brutal if you don't get that strat. But that went really, really well. Really, really well. Very happy with that. Which brings us to our next mission, where we have a little bit more romantic parachuting. We're going to land on this big old aircraft carrier. One thing I do want to mention is that there is... there's a random checkpoint here. It should happen, like 80% of the time that I run this game, this checkpoint happens, but sometimes it doesn't. There's a rare chance it won't, and if we don't get it, that means we actually have to watch a cutscene. It's not too long, but it would be preferred if we get that checkpoint so we can reset it. But the checkpoint happens after the back-to-back. It'll be very obvious if we get it or not. Also, something that's really funny about this is that you can see their shadows, so you know exactly where they're coming from.
I was going to ask for this back-to-back session, whatever. Is it always guiding you towards the same, like it'll always happen at that exact location, or if you like come down at a different point on the ship?
No, you're correct. It's always the same.
Okay.
So we did get the checkpoint, so we were able to skip that cutscene, and Rios is doing a really good job right now, because we actually need him to be aggressive, but also we need him to kind of stop where I told him to stop, like right by those stairs, because at the end of this top section, we have to go there, and it's actually better to have Rios just stay there instead of, oh, he might go down. He might. Uh-oh. No, he might live. He might live.
He's chilling.
There we go. Okay. So I told him to be passive now so he can get his health back, and now I'm gonna tell him to be aggressive again. Just because this section's so much faster if you have overkill, so you can get that small speed boost when you're in stealth. I don't know actually, like, I don't know a percentage, but I want to say you're probably like 5% faster in stealth. And 5% isn't like a whole lot, but it's definitely enough to help, especially when you're running as much as I am right now. He's just chilling. Rios is just kicking it right now. He's not doing anything.
Rios to Clyde, we're heading towards the control tower. Please advise of your position. Over.
Rios, come on, man.
Yeah, he's having trouble. Hold on, there we go. I'm just gonna tell him to go into regroup and then go back into stop. Maybe he'll figure it out. Nope. Almost had stealth. Didn't quite get it. Oh man, and they're still shooting at me.
I like that you just sit down on the ground. Just like, gotta take a breather.
Just taking a seat. Oh yeah, I'm in a bad spot now. Yeah. That happens. AI shenanigans. Rios literally just had a staring contest with a box for a little while instead of helping out, so we gotta do this whole running section again.
Looks like the sailors left one life raft when they evacuated the carrier. That's good. The way things are going today, we may have to use it.
Okay. Let's see if Rios really nails this time.
I've had enough of this shit, Elliot.
You're gonna be okay, Rios. You're gonna be fine. Come on, buddy. Let's see if we can get overkill after using this. That would be very convenient. Nope, come on. He's almost got it again.
I'm getting my ass kicked over here.
Yeah.
Love how peaceful this part is. Just running, not a care in the world.
Yeah. Oh, Rios went down. No.
Rios is having issues, but
dude, he's he did not bring his A game.
Hey, good job, guys.
Okay. I might be able to get back to him. Might be able to. As long as they don't shoot. Oh god, no! Don't shoot at him. This is also very peaceful. It's very quiet.
Yeah. Seems like he's doing fine.
I think he'll be okay.
He's just chilling. Oh, maybe not.
I got one of them for him. I don't know where the other is. I can't see him.
Never a doubt.
Okay. We're doing it. Oh. Okay, we're chilling. We're chilling. Sliver of health. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Okay. So something that sucks about Rios going down is that his dialogue doesn't happen when he's down. Which means that we can't run straight to this door And we have to wait for Salem's dialogue to be over as well. So we gotta stay by this door. Wait, is Rios down again?
Shit, doesn't look like we're getting in this way.
Oh my goodness. He's having a rough time,
man.
Yeah, he's having it rough right now. That's okay though. At least we got the dialogue out of the way so we can proceed with the rest of the level. Get out of here, bud. I've got an idea. We're just gonna...
Head dropped him off the side.
Alright. We'll get out of this section. Alright, the rest of the aircraft carrier should go a little bit more smoothly than that. So we're gonna need this group of enemies, it's just way faster. Oh. Nice.
Nice.
Alright, the official twist of the game where you see Clyde working with the enemy for the first time. They actually witness it. So, aircraft carrier is like the turning point of the game in terms of the story. We're gonna tell Rios to go into advanced aggression again. Or sorry, advanced aggression. Just so we can hold some aggro. Take care of some enemies. Gonna interact with this laptop. Hopefully Rios takes care of that guy. Nice.
He was up to something. I'm gonna figure out what.
Rio Salem, the captain of the carrier is still alive. You need to get him off the ship.
Alice, didn't you see what just happened?
What happened?
No, nothing, Alice. We'll talk about it later.
Okay, that was pretty smooth. That room sometimes is a little bit weird. Just because there's so many little things to take cover on, and the enemies are a little bit, random there. There's a shotgun guy here that we really need to take out early. I think that was him. There we go. I think that was the one.
That's good, Ty. Stop right there. Yeah, no problem. We're stuck in this hangar, bro.
You guys figure out how to get out of that
Oh, no, there is a shotgun guy still around. Hopefully he does not attack me too much. Rios is right here with us. Just gonna mash A for this interaction. There we go. Yeah, the reason why shotgun guys are so bad in this game is like the damage is high, but even more so, if you get up close to a shotgun guy and he shoots you, you just ragdoll. You just flop to the ground, and that leaves you open for even more damage. Oh, is Rios gonna make it? Dude, I don't know. There he is.
Nice.
Good. Okay, Rios. Yeah, that's what you get for earlier. So this is Captain Harris, obviously captain of the carrier. And he lets us know that the ship is loaded with stolen nuclear warheads, and we need to basically destroy this entire thing. So that is what this mission's kind of all about in the end.
Now listen, the Navy SEALs are on their way, but we can't wait. I need you to help me.
Nice cutscene here. Got time to drink a little bit of my coffee.
Good. I'll take the elevators down to Hangar B.
Now, I do want to say, while I have a little bit of free time, while I'm not explaining anything, I want to say that after I got back from SGDQ, whenever I go to GDQ, like a live event, I just can't get tea. I am for those of you who don't know, who have seen me plenty of times on GDQ before, I was born in London. So at heart, I cannot have like tea that is prepared by a Starbucks or Caribou Coffee barista, because they just take 2 huge-ass Earl Grey tea bags, stick them in this gigantic cup of boiling hot water that will literally kill your insides unless you wait 30 minutes. And it also just doesn't taste good, and you gotta get milk and sugar, because I'm British, but milk and sugar doesn't work with the way that they do the tea. What I'm trying to say is, I'm very picky. I need a proper British cup of tea, so you've probably never seen me drink coffee on the GDQ stream before, because at SGDQ, I drank a bunch of coffee against my best knowledge of, hey, coffee upsets my stomach, but coffee is no longer upsetting my stomach. I used to have an issue with coffee. So I've been drinking coffee ever since getting back from SGDQ, and boy, has it been awesome. I don't know what happened. Rios, what are you doing? Uppies.
Got your knee in his face.
Uppies. Oh my god, dude, what's going on here? Please. There we go. Essentially what I'm trying to say is I've been converted to a coffee man. So fellow coffee lovers, yeah, I feel you. That was just a fun little thing I wanted to explain. The development of Maxi Lobes' life here. And okay, this seems like it's a dumb strat, but I actually meant to roll into getting rocketed and ragdolled closer into the room, like further into the room. But I went down because these guys actually are trying quite hard. They are trying. Don't drag me across the world, thank you. Sometimes Rios will literally drag you across a map to get you up. He didn't do that this time.
Alright, so I do have to ask about the coffee versus tea thing. Do you mean hot tea or iced tea?
Oh, hot tea.
Okay, alright. Yeah, I don't get hot tea from Starbucks or anything like that either, but I will get their iced tea, because it's great.
Iced tea works okay. Iced tea works better in that situation. Agreed. Okay, I gotta nade that. Oh god. Okay, he's dead. Thank goodness. Rios, don't leave me. Rios, please. Don't leave me. Rios! Oh my god, mid-2000s AI, yo. Mid-2000s AI. Iced tea definitely works better in that sense, yes. Sorry, I was freaking out because this rocket launcher guy was destroying me. And then Rios just ran off the edge and... yeah.
And that chat's calling me out for thinking it's about sweet versus unsweet. God. Can't have anything.
Hey, both are good, actually. What, you think unsweetened isn't very good?
Other way.
Other way? Sweetened tea?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes sweetened tea is too sweet. Depends on who's making it.
I can't handle any sweet. I was born in Texas and I can't handle sweet tea. Wow, those boxes really came for you.
Yeah, these boxes are random, like their trajectory, and you just get ragdolled like crazy. They don't do too much damage, thankfully. And Rios takes forever to actually get to the life, like the raft, or whatever you want to call it. Oh!
it almost seems like the boxes are homing it. Like, I know that's, you know, conspiracy, but it seems like they're homing on you.
It's a game. Yeah, sometimes they miss the enemies entirely and you just get hit and you're like, okay. Or, oh my god! Come on, man. Alright, Rios is doing a good job, though. Look at us go. Sometimes there's like double music playing here. Thankfully, it's just this song. The song's epic.
We don't know if Clyde is operating alone, and if he's not, they know we know.
Would you quit this shit already?
Oh.
Clyde was just trying to make a few extra
Okay, alright.
some grand conspiracy.
I don't know, man. I just don't know.
And there it goes.
It seems like they should be facing bigger repercussions for, you know, blowing up, what was that, a U.S. Army military
yes.
like carrier than just walk it off, guys.
Whatever.
Hey, Alice, what's been going on back home?
The bill to privatize the military is coming up soon. Senator Whitehorse has been campaigning against it pretty hard. I don't know if it'll pass. Over.
That's money in our pockets, babe. You better hope it passes. Over and out.
All right, so now we're in China, and we got to do a mission. The last mission for SSC, because after the aircraft carrier, like Rios wanted to kind of part ways for a little bit because they knew something was up and they didn't know what to make of it. Yeah, Alice calls in and Alice is like, hey, I've got a mission for you. And Salem's like, we should do it. And Rios is like, no, it's a bad idea. We don't know what's going on still, but Salem convinces him. So this is the final SSC mission. So instead of doing a co-op snipe, which is one of the mechanics we learned in the training area, excuse me, we're actually just going to shoot it twice ourselves and move on. We don't need Rios to help us with that. And now hopefully, I am going to get overkill here by killing a couple enemies. Which did not happen for some weird reason. Well, now I have it. Come on, Rios.
Incredible ragdoll there. Just feign death hit the stairs.
I thought I'd feign death at least once in the run. Just to show it off.
What's going on here, Alice? This ain't Abu Sayyaf, it's Chinese military.
Alright, now, this is a skip that was also found because of a 2008 YouTube video that showed you can go out of bounds in this section, but Hippo's the one who figured out how to actually utilize it for a skip. This one is way more out of the box than the last one you saw. The last one, we just kind of take advantage of a little bit of a lip of a wall that you can still roll over. And there's no invisible wall, so you go out of bounds. This one's complicated. This one's really complicated. And it also has very bad repercussions for failing. So, yeah, my estimate is going to be generous because of this. Fun fact, this was actually only found a few weeks ago. So very, very new developments. Both skips were found within like the last month. So we're going to take care of these guys. Otherwise they'll give us trouble. And here we go. All right. Give me your power, chat. Bless the run here. Okay, so this buoy. This is what we're doing. We're pushing this buoy. There we go. That should be good. So we're aiming for that corner over there. That wall between like the little platform and the wooden fence. That's what we're aiming for. Gonna push this buoy all the way over there. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting a faster push. That's good.
I was muted. I should really learn to unmute myself when I'm like saying things. At first I thought it wasn't moving, but
oh yeah, it's moving for sure. It's really slow looking. So we're gonna get on top of that like that.
Yep. Normal.
And we're gonna wedge our way into kind of these invisible walls here. And we're getting shot at, which is not good. There is a chance that we will blow up, but hopefully the game will be nice and we'll kind of get through this right here. Yep, just like that. Okay, there we go. We're past the invisible wall. Now then, we are out of bounds with the hovercraft. And what we're gonna do while out of bounds in this hovercraft is we're gonna go over this mountain. And yeah, all of this you can interact with. You can use the hovercraft on all of this terrain. None of it's like deloaded. It all has like collision. It's all very much so there. And you can use that to your advantage, like we are going to right now. But there's also a bunch of different triggers that if we hit them, the game has a chance of just straight up crashing. So we have to be very, very careful not to hit any of those.
I love your buddy on the back. He just having a great time on the turret.
Yeah, Rios is like, whoa, what is going on here? And just like that, you can see, now look at this. You have to pause, otherwise your system will crash and you have to reset checkpoint. We just hit that checkpoint out of bounds, and the game actually knows that you're not supposed to be where you are with the hovercraft, and it actually boots you out of it. And it causes your entire game to crash. But if you hit that checkpoint, you're good to go. But yeah, that is one of the most wild skips that could have ever been conceived in this video game.
Yeah, that's wild that it'll like that it like knowing to beat you out makes sense, but that it'll immediately crash your game is something else.
Yep. Just immediately crashes it. So wild. Very risky. The fact that we just got that first try, like, is actually like that couldn't have gone any better. I was not expecting that. Not expecting that at all. Super cool skip though.
Gotcha, Alice. Find the laptop. We're on it. Over and out. I can't.
But like I said before, I don't know how Hippo finds some of the stuff.
Hey, you guys gotta eat. You're unbelievable.
I really don't. Because I would have never thought to push that buoy all the way to that wall. Get on top of that platform, wedge myself through invisible walls, and then hovercraft my way out of bounds all the way to that checkpoint. Just would have never thought of that. But now we're just gonna take care of some waves of enemies. We're specifically going to try and get overkill though, because we want Rios.
Man, we are so outnumbered. You could say
Never mind. Okay, we didn't get overkill. That's fine. We're just gonna go help Rios out now. Wow, this guy was... Okay. That went really well, actually. Rios did a great job. Almost did just as good of a job in not stealth mode than when in stealth mode. So let me kind of explain what that skipped. There is this entire section where you have to land your boat and get to a dam. If you've played this game before, you know that there's a dam section where you gotta, you gotta put your hover boat into the, like, the center of the dam by opening the door, and then you have to raise the water level. And then after you raise the water level, you have to open the other door, and then you escape with the hovercraft. And it just takes... It takes so long, and it's also very risky. Like, the chances of dying in that section are very high. So, not only do we get to skip that, but we also get to skip a step-up animation and, like, a bit of dialogue. So, it's about, I would say, like, the skip that I just did, first try, probably like almost 3 minutes of time save, if not a little bit more. So, really, really big. Alright, we're gonna tell Rios to be aggressive. Before we go into overkill here, we're gonna throw that nade. There's a lot of explosions going on right now. Okay, Rios is doing a great job. Really, really good job. We need him to pull aggro right now. Oh, he's doing really good.
He's throwing grenades. He's doing...
Yeah, he's doing everything he can. He's got overkill. We're in stealth mode now. Get to take care of these guys.
Come on, Tice, I need you to stay close. Yeah, sure.
Wow.
Good job, Rios.
Heck yeah.
More useful than Dom from the Gears of War run.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, you know, before, EA had to try a lot of different things to try and overcome how absolutely ahead of its time Gears was, so they really tried to do their best with the whole aggro mechanic and the AI and whatnot.
Here, I'll help you up.
Okay. Blow up that mine, blow up this mine. The armored guy should be dead. Oh, he definitely is, for sure, yeah.
Go, Tice, run! Okay, Salem.
So Rios is just meleeing a lot right now. I'll let him do his thing. Ugh. Last guy? Last guy. Very, very smooth section so far. Nice. This is actually one of the hardest. This is one of the hardest levels to actually optimize and have everything go right. So, yeah, this is pretty cool. Okay, so we're gonna tell Rios to be passive just for a little bit. And as soon as we get past this dirt pile, we're gonna tell him to be aggressive. Good. Take care of the armored guy while we wait for Rios to do the interact. And then we both take an explosion to the face. Back-to-back section. Now, unfortunately, I know what some of you may have thought. You were like, whoa, wait a second, there's a checkpoint. Can you skip this back-to-back? Nah. Sometimes checkpoints will show up on the screen, and it won't actually be the moment that you get the checkpoint on screen. It'll be like the moment just before. So kind of, it's a little bit of a debate. Okay, Rios. Okay, okay. Good job, good job. Overkill, overkill. Good. Good, good, good.
Chill, man. Wait. Sweet. Now we're talking.
Good, good, good. We're gonna have him stop right there and not be aggressive because he's losing quite a bit of health. I'm gonna try and take some aggro for him. There we go. He's got his health back. That was close. Blow up his mine. Very nice.
They got Alice. Fuck this shit.
So we pressed a button so that we could get this conveyor belt to drop a bunch of rocks on this. Here they are. Very nice. Really, really smooth. Really smooth. There's so many things that can go wrong in this level. The fact that this entire level went well and I got first try on that new skip is wild. That's wild. But yeah, as you heard, you know, over the radio, Alice has been captured. So we gotta go save her. But there's also a hurricane happening at this location in Florida, and we gotta go use our hovercrafts and stuff.
He said Murray's being held here at the airport. She's in the luggage area. We're supposed to look for some double doors on the top floor.
Yeah, this game actually like legitimately name drops real life events that happened around this time.
I remember that.
So, just another one of those things where EA was like, all right, let's go with the realistic route. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Don't down me, please. Oh, good job, Rios. Good job. There we go.
Nice, come here. Got you covered, soldier.
Yeah, and if you haven't noticed yet, Section 8, like the super secret technical person behind unlocking some of these doors and doing all this cool, like, you know, hacking stuff, literally speaks in Bleat Speak.
I was gonna bring that up, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna mention it.
Yep, that's a thing. This game is goofy, but it's fun.
Oh yeah.
I think that's like the reason why this game didn't necessarily shine as much as some of the other third-person games, is because like in general, like when you look at Gears of War, you're like, you know, it's like this crazy, awesome kind of fantasy thing going on, and the enemy design is sick. Everybody's built like a Hummer.
Yeah.
And you know, just the concept of the game just is like a little cooler. But this game does still have its place.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is one of the, like, you know, we mentioned at the beginning of this run, but like this is one of the great couch co-op games of the, like, you know, mid 2000s.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh. So I'm gonna get overkill now, hopefully. Oh, who's this guy?
Shit, Salem, help! Help, Elliot! I need some help!
Don't shoot me. Please don't shoot me. Thank you. Okay, so this section actually went really well, apart from Rios getting downed. But, that kind of, like, audio cue. That audio cue means that you've actually finished this area, and Section 8 will open these doors.
He's gonna open the
as you saw, you had to kill a lot of enemies. So that strat of like getting overkill and then getting to that specific spot and shooting all of them as they come through the windows, that is the fastest way of doing that room. And obviously, taking out the armored guys is very, very important. Ah! Take that.
Forward, Tice, let's go.
Alright, so now we're going to tell Rios to advance after we press the button. We don't want him to be too aggressive because we don't want him to die, but... Now that we're down the stairs, we're going to tell him to regroup, and he'll hopefully... Yeah, okay. He's doing a decent job keeping track. But now we're going to tell him to stop right at that corner. This guy just shot through a wall. He's hacking.
The door's up ahead. Follow me.
Just kick that open. Tell him to regroup.
All right, the door's out of the way. Let's both push the ramp.
Nice. Yeah, you just want Rios to stay there so you can push the ramp like ASAP. If you don't tell him to wait, he just... much like the area that I mentioned earlier, like his movement is just really weird. He doesn't really know what he's doing.
Not a problem.
He's also having a little trouble right now, so I'm going to tell him to advance. Sometimes it's better to put him into advanced in this section.
You don't want to know. Can you get me out of here?
Okay. Now we're going to save Alice. Now, the first escort was Hicks, and that was back in like the second level. And as you saw, I picked up Hicks. This time, we can't do that. Rios cannot handle the enemies in this section, so we're going to have him carry Alice instead of us.
I got you. You're gonna be all right.
And we're going to put him in advanced mode as well. Because if you put him in regroup, he gets stuck a little bit.
What do we care if he killed Stockwell? That guy set us up.
No, it wasn't him.
There we go.
Known Dalton was breaking some rules.
There's like one last guy over here. Is that him? Yeah, it's him.
Look good. When Senator Whitehorse was killed, Stockwell found out and tried to turn Dalton over to the feds.
You're saying Dalton's the mastermind behind all of this?
Yeah, he's been revealing true positions and lobbying Congress to privatize.
So this is a little bit of story where Alice explains that Dalton is the one who's kind of behind all of this. He's the one who was giving you orders at first, and then you started taking orders from Alice. And Dalton's been telling Clyde to do everything with the enemies and whatnot. The whole conspiracy thing that Rios was talking about.
That's how we do. So what
And then Rios springing up the rear.
SSC becomes the world's most powerful military entity. Dalton kills Stockwell and makes it look like an accident. And then he runs.
Okay, we need to use grenades here.
Does terrible things.
Oh, hello, buddy. Did you just kick that? He just kicked that nade. Wow. That was impressive. I've never seen that before. Now that we've taken care of all the enemies, the only thing that we can do now to speed up this process is push. We push. He'll stop for a little bit, just for a sec, just to, catch his breath.
Taking the view.
Airport seats. So comfy. Come on. Come on, buddy. Okay, he's got to stop again. It's okay, because once he stops, you can actually just start pushing him again. But yeah, this may look really silly, but this is actually faster than trying to carry Alice yourself and have Rios kill all the enemies. He never does a good job of it, and then And obviously, he's not going to push you. He's not going to know to do that, so.
Yeah, because you'd have to do pistol only, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah. Alright, so that is the first part of Miami done. We've saved Alice. But Dalton and Clyde still at large. We gotta go get him. More hovercraft stuff.
We need to get into the tower.
But as you can see, yeah, this hurricane is bad. Everything's underwater.
And then here's gameplay where they're allowing you to be on land without immediately crashing the game.
Yeah, it's so interesting though, because like you look at this water and you're like, yep, that's 2008 water texture. But
yeah, you know, it didn't like, I've played so many games from this time, it legitimately didn't even register. I was like, yeah, that's what water looks like.
Like there were definitely games in 2008 that did like water textures way better. But this just feels so classic, you know? We're gonna turn off the power here.
Dice, I need the power back on to open the door. Can you put it back on?
And it's a little bit faster to do this yourself instead of having Rios do it.
Dice, let's go. Come on.
Okay.
And yes, he did just headbutt that. That's just a part of how goofy this game is. It's the classic, you know, beat on your computer until it works. Same concept. But a lot worse because you're using your head.
Where the hell's the monorail station? We should see it if we just keep...
Alright, so now we've turned on power to the monorail station, which, monorail. It's on rails. You are quite literally under a rail on a monorail.
Oh my god.
On an on-rail section of the game. I have no idea if they intentionally did this just to have a laugh, or if they didn't think of it at all. But yeah. That's essentially what we're about to get into.
There's the monorail station.
It's very silly.
You killed that motherfucker Clyde yet?
No, listen, Cha. We haven't...
Just kidding. I know you didn't find Clyde yet. You know how I know?
I've actually never tried to reset this checkpoint here. I don't know if it skips anything. I've always wanted to try, but I've always thought that, like, nah, there's no way it would save time. Teleporting Rios like 10 feet.
Chill, man. We'll figure something out. Why can't we get this thing to move?
Solo now.
So stupid. Oh, it's good though. It's funny. You can't not laugh at it. On recruit difficulty, you don't actually have to shoot these guys with the rocket launchers. I just felt like shooting that guy anyways. All right, so again, on rail section. Suppose this would be a good time to ask what's the time looking like right now on the run?
Let's see. Around 128 currently.
Okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We are on that pace, everyone. That good pace.
So I guess since we are in an on-rails section, I'll ask you a couple questions too. So why this game? Why did you pick this game to route and run yourself?
So when I got back from SGDQ, I ran Lord of the Rings: Return of the King at SGDQ.
Yep.
And that was a game that I had picked up that was kind of outside of my wheelhouse. But it ended up being so much fun. And I grinded it. Got record on console. Competed in the PC category. And I was like, wow, this is actually sick. I'm going to submit this to GDQ. Got in. And I was like, you know what? I need to do this more. So when I got back from SGDQ, I set up something in my stream that I call New Speedrun Sunday. And essentially, every single time I hit a sub goal, I let all of my subs in my Discord vote on a poll of a bunch of games that I will just boot up and try to run. And so far, I've done The Quarry, Metro 2033, Deadly Premonition 2 on PC, Army of Two, Tekken 6, and the last one that I haven't been able to get to yet is Fatal Frame 5, but I'll do that eventually. But yeah, essentially, that's what I've been doing, and The Quarry is just The Quarry. Like, there's not a whole lot to it. It's pretty awesome, but Metro 2033 was a little too long, too much downtime. Army of Two stuck. Like, I ran this, and I was like, I would run this again, and I did it again, and I was like, you know what? It's outside of my wheelhouse. It's fun. I like it. There's clearly more to discover, and the out of bounds, we found those out of bounds skips the past few weeks, and it's developed really well. So I actually quite like this run. So I guess, like, why did I pick this game? I just kind of randomly put it on the poll. I was like, I have the game. It's nostalgic. I haven't played it in a long time. It might be cool. Let's try it out. So I did, and yeah, it is pretty dope. So yeah, I'm not like grinding for world records in a bunch of games anymore. Like Devil May Cry was like, no, never mind. I can't be bothered. Fear, no. Just a bunch of world records I've just kind of let go. I don't want to grind them too much. I want to try new things. So the past few months has just been a lot of new experiences, new stuff, trying things that I never thought I would try. And it's been very rewarding. What are you gonna say?
Yeah, no, I mean that's definitely fair. Like, I think that's one of the, greatest things about this hobby is that you don't have to get locked into one, run or style or anything.
Right. Yeah.
Because for pretty much as long as I've known you, you've been known as like the horror guy, but now you're doing things like this, and that's really cool. So.
So right here, we actually get stealth mode, thanks to Rios actually doing his job, and we're going to run to the elevator, press the button, and activate a checkpoint, reset it, and boom, despawns all the enemies, brings Rios right to us. And that is super, super helpful, because in this section, I mean, you saw I almost died. Like, they are super aggressive in this section. Super aggressive. But yeah, you are right. I mean, a lot of the runs that I did for, I would say, like, out of my first 10 speed games I ever learned, I think 7 of them were horror. So yeah, it was very often that I would be considered a horror speedrun. Like I still am a horror speedrunner. I can't, like, let go of the title. It's not like I don't run horror games anymore. I do all the time. still mostly run horror games. But, yeah, I wanted to broaden my horizons, and I've been trying to do that, like, for a long time now. Stuff like Lord of the Rings, you know. Jet Set Radio was like one of the first games I ever learned. That was my first GDQ run in general back in 2016. So, you know, Shenmue, Deadly Premonition, which is more of like a weird murder mystery life sim than it is a horror game. This game,
Let there be electricity. Okay, time to enter that code.
Devil Kings, like there's a bunch of games that aren't horror that I know how to run, but sometimes they don't stick as much as games like this. This game's just like a lot of fun, and it's very different. I've yet to like sit down and like run a nostalgic Xbox 360 title.
I mean, hey, you picked a good one.
Yeah, most definitely. I think Rios might not get overkill here. We'll see. If I press this button and then he gets overkill, that would be really good. Oh, he's down. What is he doing? Come on, buddy. Okay, there we go. He might get it. This might be really good, actually. Give me that 5% speed boost, please. No!
He backed off.
Yeah, he's like, no. No overkill. Why are you going down the stairs, silly? Come on. I forgive him, though. He did so well on the China level, so it's all good. Whoa, what the heck? This guy just spawned out of nowhere.
Come on, man, watch my back. Got you covered, soldier.
Come on. There we go.
Top of the elevator. Can you take us to the top floor?
Okay. Speaking of horror, it is October. I do something every year on my channel called Maxober Month or Mixob Month, however you want to say it, however you want to pronounce that. Where I play casual horror games all month. So if you're interested in a bunch of cool, spooky titles, I definitely suggest tuning in for some this month. No speedrun action from me until Resident Evil Village DLC drops, though. Which, that should be cool. That should be pretty cool.
It's a game I still need to play eventually. I'm just so bad at horror.
Did you play 7?
No.
Ah, okay.
Okay, you were right. Is that what you want? You want to say I told you so?
They are spooky.
Yeah. I think the only Resident Evil I've ever played was 5.
5 is awesome.
I played it co-op.
5 is so good. Alright, final area of the game. You actually have the showdown with Clyde here. And he's got a big old 50 cal sniper, and as you would assume, it hurts a little bit. So we don't want to get hit by that. First things first, though, we gotta go get demolished, I guess. Rios, help, please. Oh! We're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. We gotta go erase the data off of these servers really quick before we can go upstairs and fight them. We're like erasing the data from the system that basically says, oh, we're criminals. Because that Salem and Rios got like set up. So they're like wanted now. Because they accidentally killed a senator back in China.
Here's the last server, bro.
Oh. Rios, you're doing a great job with the aggro. I just need you to stay right there so I can kill this rocket launcher guy. Good.
So bad, your own mama ain't gonna recognize you.
Yo,
Gonna wait a bit to get my health back.
That line from Salem.
Yeah. Leave my mama out of this.
All right, Clyde, chill out.
Yo, Clyde is crazy
a little
in this part.
unhinged.
A little, just a bit. So Rios, I really need Rios to take some aggro here. Oh. Okay. That guy just flopped it. Oh, the elbow, no.
Move it, bro.
Move it, bro. Come on. Okay, good.
Try and sneak around behind him.
Accidentally. Yeah, it was an accident. Oh, why do I have my nade out? Good job, Rios.
I'm gonna kill you both, then I'm gonna drain all your blood.
I could nade Clyde? Maybe? I don't know where he is. No, I can't. Never mind.
You think?
We gotta nade the armored guy real quick.
You want a piece of this? Come and get it, ass munch.
Overkill?
We're good. I just really need Rios to get aggro. We're coming up to time, like as soon as Clyde dies, but I'll call it out. You'll know. Clyde? Buddy? Oh.
I don't think that's how you use a Barrett 50 cal, but
no, it's not.
I could be wrong.
There we go. And time. Wait,
Nice.
what's the exact time?
1:40:09.
Okay, so fun fact, that is world record.
Nice.
But let me be clear, my record previously did not have those 2 new skips. So yeah, that is technically world record. That's pretty cool.
Hey man, record is record, you know?
Record is record, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if anyone's curious, like, how low could this game probably go? Currently, the New Game Plus world record's a 136. And with these 2 new skips, I actually think that I could bring any % new game below that. So, I did say that if I get this game into GDQ 2023, I would grind for that, so we'll see what happens, but that is currently the record. Very cool.
Well, yeah, if people want to learn this, is there a best way to do it, or is it just watch this run again and pick it up?
Gotta be honest, if you do want to learn Army of Two, if you have a copy of it, contact me, and I'll give you what you need, and also, you know, watch this run. But it's pretty easy to get in touch with me, so if you're wondering why, just give me a message. Twitter, Discord, by any means you feel appropriate. But yeah, that's your best bet on learning this game, is you just gotta watch this run that you just saw. And, you know, contact me or Hippo if you need any help with anything. Also, we gotta skip this song. Gotta skip that song.
Any final shoutouts?
Final shoutouts. I guess, like, just shoutouts to Hippo. He, like I said earlier, I don't know how he does it, but he just has, like, he has just got something up here, right here in the noggin. He just has a knack for, like, figuring out certain things to do in a game that would lead to big sequence breaks. Like, he has quite literally found humongous skips, multiple of them, in Condemned, Fear 2, this game, He has helped with Condemned 2 as well, and Visage. He completely broke Visage, a game that I thought would never be broken. So whenever I just pick up a game and try to run it, just, you never know. Just a month later, he'll message me on Discord and be like, hey, I found this small skip. That's the thing he always says. He says, I found this small skip. It skips like 5 minutes of the game, and you're like, how is this small, dude? And he's like, you know, I haven't tested it. I haven't tested the time save yet, I guess. But yeah, Hippo's a legend, so shoutouts to him. Shoutouts to that one YouTube channel back from 2008 that posted out of bounds stuff for this game. I forget the channel name. You can't find the videos. It's like impossible to find them on YouTube. I don't know how Hippo found those either. Like I said, he's just got a knack for this stuff. And shoutouts to Flurby for the cool Gears of War run. That was really fun to watch. I enjoyed that with my coffee. That was nice to wake up to. And thank you for having me. Yeah, thank you for that. This is my second time on HotFix, and or specifically AIMBOT. Your HotFix show, AIMBOT. Yeah, it's been a blast. So thank you.
Yeah, love to have you back again. And you know, thank you for coming on, and thank you everyone for watching.
Yeah, thank you, chat.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's gonna be it for tonight. We've got no more runs for you, but if you want to watch back that Army of Two run, if you want to see the Gears of War run from earlier, if you want to see the Majora's Mask randomizer before that, youtube.com/gamesdonequick. You can catch all of these VODs usually 2 to 3 days after the show airs. They'll go up there. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you want to check us out live, twitch.tv/gamesdonequick, weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. Once again, finally, your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered. I gotta learn how to say that better. I'm so bad at it. On GDQ, help support HotFix content and help with GDQ 2023 costs, which is going to be online from the 8th to the 15th. So check out gamesdonequick.com for more info, and please consider subscribing if you enjoyed this content. So that's all for tonight, and we'll see y'all tomorrow with Mercy Kill and Challenger approaching starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. See you there.